Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. It's been, sorry, itchy eye. It's been a hell of a long time since I've done one of these. I'm not even sure if my microphone's working. Thought I'd do a live stream. Got a house to myself at the moment. The missus is out with the dog, and I thought I'd have a beer, and I thought I'd do it chatting with you guys, see if anyone's about. Doesn't look like there's too many people about at the moment. Joel Morris is in. Says Merry Christmas. Hello, mate. How are you? Can you hear me all right, Joel? I'm assuming the microphone's working. I'm assuming. I haven't used any of this stuff in weeks, months. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm assuming it's all working. Chubby Phil, hello, mate. What is this witchcraft? I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Hell is frozen over. Doing a live stream. Doing a live stream. Robert Armitage is in. He says, "Evening, bud. Have a smashing Christmas." I will try. I will try. Happy Christmas. Is it? It's not too early to say that, is it? Happy Christmas. Makes sense, right? It's like wishing people a Merry Christmas. You always feel a bit funny when someone says Happy Christmas to you, don't you? But what's my camera doing? Camera's going out of focus. How is everyone? How's everyone been? How has everyone been? What's everyone been up to? Like I say, I've not done this in ages. Not chatted with any of you lot for a long, long time. Really fancied a beer. I've been sent some beers from Toast. They've just had a rebrand and they've introduced a couple of new beers. And they asked what I thought of them, so I'm going to drink them tonight with you guys. I thought it's a good way of getting some beers down my neck. But how have we all been? What's been happening? What's been happening? What's everyone been drinking? Has anyone been drinking any good beers lately? Any highlights? Always interested to know what people are drinking. Where have you been drinking? What have you been drinking? Let's get this grassroots pale ale out, shall we? This is a new one. The good thing about Toast, I only put them in 330, so I haven't got to worry about getting hammered. Toast Brewing, grassroots pale ale, 4.1%. I do like Toast beers, or at least I used to like Toast beers. I like the idea using surplus bread, reducing wastage. Always a good idea. Pale ale, slight haze to it, light in colour. Nice aroma, not bad. It's Brad Evans. Bloody hell, long time no see, Bradders. How are you, son? It's the Bradosaurus Rex. How are you, fella? Hope you're well. Thank you for stopping by. This wasn't planned. I wasn't expecting to be doing a live stream, but I thought it's been such a while since I've done one. Take advantage. Come and say hello. Come and say hello to everyone. Cheers. First sip of the evening. Cheers, everyone. I could sell that. That's not bad. I'm all good. Cheers, mate. I hope you and the missus are keeping pucker. We're trying, mate. We're trying. Happy. It's been so long since I've checked in with you guys. Some of you might not know. I've got a dog now. Well, technically, he's a puppy. I've got a corgi. We called him Chonks. And Abby is taking him for a play date today because the lovely lady that we bought him from, she's also a dog behaviourist. So there were 7 puppies in the litter, and a lot of Chonks' sisters still go and see the person we bought him from. So he's gone over there to play with his sisters today. So they're doing that at the moment. So yes, it's a bit of peace and quiet in the house for the first time in ages. Stuntman Steve, hello, sir. How are you, buddy? Look at the names: Brad Evans, Stuntman Steve, Robert Trilby Field, Joel Morris. The old guard are in. The old guard. I love this. Yeah, he's a corgi. He's a corgi, Brad. I said that. He's a corgi. Lovely little thing. He's brought a new lease of life to the house. That's for sure. Me and the wife have been trying to get a dog for ages. We were trying to rescue a dog, and I don't know if anyone's been trying to rescue a dog lately, but they make it so difficult, so bloody difficult to rescue a dog. And because me and the wife both work full time, everyone seemed to think that we weren't capable of having a dog. So I thought, well, sod it, we'll buy one. So you try. This is Andy MCL. Happy Christmas, Paul. Been enjoying looking back through your reviews. Enjoyed some Crombacker and Westmile Trappist at the weekend. Oh, absolute quality. Absolute quality, mate. Great choices. Beautiful beers. Beautiful beers. Happy Christmas to you, Andy. Happy Christmas, mate. Thank you very much. It's John. It's John. It's giving me bloody hell a super chat. I can't remember the last time I saw one of those. Look at that beautiful dome. Do you know what? That's been freshly shaved. That has. I got home from work early today. I did a little bit of gardening since the sun was shining today. Technically, it was a day off, but I thought I'd get a bit of gardening done. And yeah, I got home from work. I freshly shaved my bunts, trimmed up the beard a little bit, made myself look sexy. John, Nerd in Motion. I do like that logo. Always like that logo. Very smart. John might be joining us at some point. I've sent him an invite. No rush, mate. No rush. Take your time. Yeah, thank you for that, John. Thank you, mate. Don't know. You shouldn't be giving me money, mate. You really shouldn't be doing that. Literally. Shelbyfield, the Sexy Viking crew are in the building. Damn straight. Sexy Vikings are back together. Glad to see you all here, man. This is excellent. Jolsey's got my works Christmas party Saturday. Showed myself up showed you last year, was it? Drinking too much. Isn't that sort of what the staff Christmas do is all about, isn't it? I've got my works Christmas do next Monday, which is a rubbish night. It's a rubbish night for a work do because all the pubs shut about 10:30. So you can't get absolutely ratted, can you? Which I guess is probably not a bad thing. Last year we played crazy golf. It was like an indoor modern crazy golf with a bar. And one of the ladies who does a bit of bar work for us turned up absolutely blotto already, and she yacked all over the place. And I'd only just met her, so that was a hell of an introduction, you know. But looking forward to it. Having a few beers with the work lot next Monday, and then it's pretty much Christmas then. I've got the family over for dinner next Tuesday, and it's Christmas that weekend, isn't it? So it's all getting real. It's all getting real again. Brad says, John, hello. Captain Meat is in. Captain Meat, how are you, sir? Happy Ange Ball. Happy Ange Ball. Yeah, it's been fun watching Spurs again for the first time in a while. I think literally the last time I did a live stream might have been pre-season, and I said it would be fun watching Spurs this season. We were going to score goals, but we'd also concede a lot of goals, and it's been interesting. Stuntman says, where did you get the name from, Paul? The name? What, Chonks? I'm assuming you're referring to the dog. Apparently, it was the daughter. It was the daughter of the lady we bought him from that called him Chonks because he was the biggest in a litter, and we just thought it suits him, so we kept with it. We have a guest already in the basement. Look at him! Look at him! He's ready, smiling. Boom!
How are we doing?
How are you? All right?
I am very well, thank you, sir. How are you?
Marvelous. I'm all right. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm just a little bit weird sitting here doing a live stream for the first time in ages. I feel like I'm a complete amateur again. Just
Right.
nothing feels comfortable.
While.
Yeah, it has been. I was trying to look back, and I think it's been at least 2.5 months since I've done a stream. So yeah, well overdue. Well overdue, mate. Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I was sat beer in hand when your message dropped. I was like, "Ooh, hold on."
Perfect timing.
Let me tidy up a few loose ends, and then we'll be there. Yeah, I've just reviewed this beauty. Do you want a sneak peek?
Go then.
Right. Did you see my message into the little group chat before?
Oh yeah, was it Visen?
Yes. I'm gonna do it because when this video is not going to go out for a week, so I'm a bit ahead of time at the minute, trying to bank some videos ahead of being away at Christmas and all that. So then I just realised when this drops, it's not going to be enough time to order it if you wanted one before Christmas.
Right.
This is a good opportunity to let people know. So one of my go-to breweries, Black Isle up in Scotland, have done this. Let me see if you can. Called Why Weizen.
Why Weizen?
So they did a Weizenbock earlier in the year, and it was good. It was solid, and that's all I really had to say about it. It was like, you know, when something's just missing a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Not sure what it is. It's not bad. It's just not lighting your world on fire. They've barrel aged that in red wine barrels for quite a while.
Right.
It's a little bit stronger, and that is a beer of the year nominee. Ooh. It is sensational.
What's the ABV on that?
It is 8.4.
That's just not too mental then either, really.
No, I think this is a fantastic Christmas Day sharer with somebody.
Yeah.
It is a big old bottle.
I was going to say, I like the idea of a barrel-aged Weizen. I don't think I've ever had one of those.
This is when you taste this, you go through about 4 different beers all in succession. It's a little bit mad,
Yeah.
but it works, and it really works. I'm a little bit besotted with this. It is.
Oh wow!
It is fantastic.
It is great when you drink a beer and it just stops you in your tracks, and it's normally when you haven't got the camera rolling. I find
normally, I was quite looking at this one. So I will say I was gifted that not by Black Isle themselves, but by the Black Isle Brewery in Fort William.
Oh no!
So
Nice.
what happened was last time I was up there, this was being released that week. They got it in the day I was leaving, but couldn't sell it to me because it only just arrived. It wasn't on any systems or anything. I couldn't actually do a transaction with it. But I know I talked to the manager there a few times, and he knows I go quite a bit. So he's like, "Well, take it. I trust you. I'll message you. We can do payment over the phone or something later." I was like, "Yeah, cool, fine." And then he messaged me a few days later going, "You can pay for it if you want, or if you're happy to review it and give us a shout out, then you can have it." I was like, "Very nice." I mean, it's an 18 quid bottle. It's not, it's a pricey number, but it's worth it for Christmas, I reckon. I was like, yes, but I thought, well, you're online, so now he gets a shout out on 2 channels, so he's got double his money there. So
double coverage. That can't be bad, can it? Black Isle, if you're watching, you can't pay for that kind of advertising. But you can.
But no, seriously, I wouldn't have brought it on if it wasn't absolutely top tier. It is fantastic.
Oh, sounds awesome, man. Perfect start to the week. Having a beer of the year contender, getting down your gullet, that can't be bad, can it?
I'm a happy Monday, literally.
Happy Monday. Perfect. Loving that. John saying, Brad Dads. Steve says, man, yeah. Chunks is the name. Henry Chess is in. Good evening, Mr. Paul. I tried Bud Light today for the first time. I do apologise, my friend. A little bit better than Coors Light. God, that's debatable. That is debatable. They're just both awful, aren't they? Really bad. Yeah. Joel says this year has been the fastest year ever. Yeah,
isn't that true of every year?
Yeah, it seems like it. I'm pretty sure the older I get, the quicker the years are going. But then I'm pretty sure my parents used to tell me that all the time when I was growing up.
Each year is less of a percentage of what you've already experienced, isn't it? So it just.
I guess so. Less new experiences, I suppose. It's
I just realised after talking and drinking this for the last hour, I'm getting very red. It's suddenly having quite a flush effect. Not aided by the fact that your camera is making you look very pale. So by comparison, I'm just a beetroot at this point.
I was thinking you're kind of looking like a natural colour. Me, I look like a light bulb in this light at the moment. Okay. A light bulb with a black jumper.
One of us looks okay. One of us doesn't. We don't know which one it is yet.
You are looking pink. I give. Is this? I mean, how many beers have you had? Is that your first beer?
No, this is it. But it's a big bottle at 8.4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're that like literally double the ABV that I'm drinking at the moment, and mine's only in the 330. So you're winning.
Yeah, it won't be around for too long.
No, that's a winner. I mean, it's dangerous when that happens. Though, when a brewery sends you something big and boozy and it's just ridiculously drinkable, and you think, where did that go?
Very easy.
I had something similar, probably this time last year. Salt sent me a bourbon barrel-aged stout, and it was just delicious. And I cracked it open on a live stream, and it was 11%, something like that. And I just polished it off on the live stream. I think I was with you and Mark and John, probably polished it off because it was just so flipping good. And then suddenly wondered why I felt a little bit tipsy. You know, well, that kicked me in.
What will happen?
Sharky Boy's in. Who do we have here? Kevin, you massive Yahoo. How are you, buddy? How are you? Hope you're well. This is in the bath. He's always in the bath when I do a live stream. I swear he is. Nothing changes, really. He's only got white wine. Oh, you classy broad.
He's in the bath with white wine. We don't need to say anything else.
Yeah. He's turned into a lady. Pete, hello, Pete. How are you, sir? So start early, finish early. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, to be fair. I've got to get up and do stuff in the morning. Got a day off, but there's no such thing as a day off really anymore. You've always got something to do, which is especially this time of year. Yeah, hope you're well, Pete. You in the bar this week? Perhaps I'll see you. Pete, check him out. He's a home brewer and very nice guy. Very, very nice chap. We went to the St Albans Beer Festival. When was it? A couple of months ago. It rolled my eye. And he had a porter on. And it was, I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up his ass, it was my favourite cask ale of the day. It was lovely. Really, really nice homebrew porter. It was beautiful. Knows what he's doing, that lad. Nerd Emotion. The rubber duck stuck somewhere. Yeah, I wonder. That poor duck. He's seen some stuff.
Oh dear. Poor quackers.
Poor crackers. Works Christmas night out is next Wednesday. So a few of us have got them coming up now. You've just had yours, haven't you?
Yeah, I had mine on Friday. Yeah, that was. It was one of those where it started off really well. So a lot of us work all over the country, and a lot of people hadn't met each other before. So the people that I work with, I was like, right, there's a place my favorite pub in Nottingham, which I've talked about many times, it was right next to the hotel they were staying at. So I was like, meet me there, because you don't know your way around. And then they're not walking into a room full of people who they don't know who's who, and it's all a bit awkward. So I was like, meet me there. We'll have a couple of pints, then we'll walk over to where we're having the meal. So it started off there, and you might not know, but I reviewed a Winterzikel by Hofbrau.
Oh, good beer. Yeah, good beer.
A couple of weeks ago, loved it. One of my favourite festive beers I've had this year, and they had it on tap.
Oh, and shut up!
Yeah, so I was very enamoured at that point, and slightly hammered after that, because that was just a priority then to enjoy that as much as possible. Went for the meal where the food was fantastic, the choice of drinks was not, and then ended up going somewhere else afterwards, which was just. Yeah, not my scene, not my music, not my drinks. So it was one of those that started off really high and then slowly tailed off. But
yeah, I think you made a point. You made a point about that on the WhatsApp the other day. You're saying because we're beer enthusiasts, we have kind of ruined going out to pubs, haven't we? Because it rarely matches up to what we want, doesn't it? You know,
absolutely.
It's not cheap going out drinking. It's not cheap to go out and buy a pint. And when you're buying a lot of the time dross, it does piss you off.
This is how bad it's got. I didn't have to pay. That was covered.
Oh wow! You didn't have that to worry about.
Free bar, and I still don't want to drink any of it. I'm like, oh no, what have I become? What is this?
Yeah. You know it's bad when we just turning down free beer. It's
I mean, it was tepid Heineken, tepid Corona, or I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was poor.
You just got to hope that the pub looks after it at least. I mean, I've had, what did I drink? I was in a Wetherspoons in the summer, and I just really fancied a lager. And obviously the lager options in Wetherspoons are never going to be particularly inspired. So I had a Budweiser, and it just so happened to be really well looked after Budweiser. Okay. And I thought, you know what? That's done the job, you know, but you do really have to be in the mood for it, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. Unfortunately, after that Winterzikel, you're not in the mood for anything like that.
No, that's the peak done before you've had anything else. It's all downhill after that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but that is a lovely beer, but I've only ever had it in bottles, so that must have been incredible on draft.
It's very good.
Rubber duck is a necessity, absolutely. United are falling apart, so are Chelsea. I love it. What Chelsea is hilarious. It is hilarious. They're still in the bottom half of the table despite spending like £1 billion in the last 18 months. I do feel that United are being a little bit harshly treated right now in the media. I really do. I still don't think Ten Hag has got his team together. And I don't know, just a bit of patience. Patience is a virtue, and sometimes it really works out that way. I think United give Ten Hag a bit of time and actual players that he wants to sign, and a bit of running. They need a director of football at Man United. They need someone to help him out. Captain Mick says it's the Lord of Crummy. It is indeed. It is indeed in the flesh. Brad says, bloody hell, if it isn't the other bald bearded bloke.
We get around.
We get about. Always a red. Good evening, lads. It's been a while since I joined in. Hope everyone is doing fine and enjoying the Christmas run-in. Yeah, I don't know about you. I think it is the build up to Christmas is my favourite bit.
Yeah, it always is because it's all this hype, and you're kind of excited, and you're going out and seeing people, and you're trying new things, and it's all very. And then you get to the day itself, and it's like that was nice, and then it's like, now what do we do? It's a bit of it's a sheer cliff edge after about 1 p.m. Christmas Day, isn't it?
Yeah, you do feel like it's done once you've had the dinner and you've had your gifts and exchange gifts and everything. It is done, isn't it? Essentially, and then it's sitting around and waiting for people to gradually go home. And it's just a bit of an anticlimax.
It probably doesn't help that everyone's kind of because of work Christmas parties and you're trying to see other people you're not going to see in between and all that. By the time you get to Christmas Day, you don't want to drink anything else. You're done. You cooked, so it's like you make all these. Yeah, I don't know about you. I always like, oh, what beer I'm going to take, or what bottle of whiskey will I take? Got to make it nice, got to be special, and then you're not bothered by the time you get there because you've already overdone it.
Well, last year I played it safe. I took a load of Life and Death with me to the in-laws, and I had about 3 or 4 cans before Christmas dinner. And then once I'd had dinner, I didn't want to drink anymore because I was stuffed. I couldn't fit any more beer in there.
No.
So I don't know. Christmas Day is a bit of a non-event when it comes to beer for me because it's just too heavy. I find myself drinking whiskey on Christmas more than I do beer now.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my plan. I've got one hidden back here. If I can not break everything trying to get to it. It's not even a massive bottle. It's another Scottish one. Cromarty Brewco, their anniversary 2022 barrel-aged Imperial Stout. Picked this up earlier in the year. It's the best before on it is the 1st of January 2033.
Wow.
It's clocking in at 16.58%.
Filth.
I'm thinking sharing that with my dad if he's game, kind of first thing. That will be a quick escalation into the mood.
Yeah.
And then a bit of wine with dinner, and then probably a short whiskey cocktail afterwards, and it'll probably be about done now.
Yeah, I do think Christmas Day is not. It's not a beer day. Christmas Eve is a beer day for me.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I just can't. I can't seem to do it. Drinking beer, it never works. Stick to the spirits on Christmas Day. I think you're okay. Brad says, you're on a beer review stream and 8.4% isn't that heavy. It's true.
Well, it is and it isn't. It's. I think if it's all depends what you normally drink. If you only normally drink 3.8% session ale, then it's massive. But when you get sent, like you were saying before, you get sent 12% in-piece to review. Actually, it's quite a relief when it's 8.4.
Yeah, you kind of think, blimey, how heavy can they get? It's weird. I seem to kind of get my Imperial Stouts. They tend to be post-Christmas, I've been finding lately. It always seems to be a sort of January where I always seem to kind of grab the Imperials that I really want. And it's
interesting.
Totally accidental. But it is very rare that in the run-up to Christmas, Imperial Stouts are high on my agenda. It seems to be kind of like the more malty ales and the things like that, Hazy pales and IPAs tend to go out the window a little bit this time of year. I don't really particularly want those, but I think in the past couple of years, I seem to be drinking my big stouts like the first couple of months of the year. There seems to be where I'm grabbing them.
Interesting. Have you noticed? It definitely happened last year, and I reckon the year before as well. Always feel like, and maybe this is just a me thing, and they know actually what people want, but I always feel like, I don't know whether it's breweries' fault or whether it's bars, but they're a bit slow on the uptake of when to bring the different styles in. So, like, you end up with a proper cold snap in the late October, early November quite often.
Yeah.
I remember going to a few bars around then, which has still got double IPAs on and hardly any dark stuff. I'm like, That's not what I want. Then on the flip side, you can have a red hot week in March, and they're still trying to force 5 different sweet stouts on you. I'm like, we got this mixed up, guys. It's not
Yeah, something's gone wrong here. Yeah. No, I'm well into my sort of the ruby ales and my bitters and things at the moment. That seems to be what I'm wanting to drink. I would, again, the WhatsApp thing. I get home from work and I really fancy something traditional, and I've been grabbing bitters and just sitting there enjoying one of them. You know, buy me Christmas tree. There's something to be said for that. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm literally drinking Toast beers tonight because I've been sent them by Chris from Toast, and he's like, try these beers, new branding, new beers, and I'm like, okay, try them out.
How are they going down? I've not had anything from them yet. I've always been interested, but I've never quite got there.
Well, I've just polished off one, and that was very drinkable. That's a new one called Grassroots, which is a 4.1% pale ale. So what they've done, they've completely done the rebrand. So they've made the toast look like the shape of a slice of bread, I suppose. It's got that shape to it. So they've rebranded. They've dropped their American pale ale altogether, which was actually my favourite beer that they did, which is a bit of a shocker. And they've reduced the ABV on the lager, which is always worrying. But that one was new. That was drinkable. That I could sell that quite easily. That this is the point, because we stock Toast in the brewery quite a bit, because I like it. I like their beer. I love the fact that they use surplus bread, because it always gives you that nice bready, malty, smooth drinkability with all their beers. But that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's the sort of thing I could sell a few kegs off quite easily at work, because their Toast are quite affordable as well with their keg prices, so it's easy to sell. But I'm going to grab another one.
It's delving in. What's it going to be?
And next one is a session IPA. They've renamed that New Dawn. New Dawn Session IPA. So they do a session IPA, and it was 4.5, and they've dropped this down to 4.3. So the pattern here is that they're dropping the ABV and dropping the big ABV beers. So it sounds to me like a bit of a cost-cutting exercise, if I'm honest. But,
yeah, it could be. Just looking at that branding, question for you, see what you think.
Yeah.
Do you think they're driving too heavily on the fact that it's recycled bread beer? Because immediately, is there not a thought there that I'm buying this because it's eco-friendly and it's not wasteful? But as a result, am I immediately thinking that it's not as good as unwasteful beer?
yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean in that sense.
Just a question.
I mean, I've always been a fan of it, the idea behind it, and I'm surprised that no one did it before, or that no other breweries have done it since.
There's a couple. There's Crumbs Brewing. They do it.
Crumbs.
Yeah,
Crumbs.
I've not heard anything, but yeah, they do it. There are a couple, but yeah, interesting. I just wonder if they'd be better off, because the word toast is good, because obviously you make a toast with a drink, right? So that works.
Yeah.
I just wonder if they'd be better off doing themselves as a brewery, but then with the interesting added fact that, rather than it being all about that. I don't know.
Being all about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a question.
Rather than the bread being the brand, they could just add that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the new cans. It's the branding's nicer than what it was before. I mean, before it was literally so this was just a red can. There was no background. It was just a plain red can.
Yeah.
What they've done with this, and what I can see, it looks kind of, there's leaves and trees and birds flying around, and it's quite a pretty can actually. It's quite nice. I like the branding. I do like the branding, but proof's in the pudding, isn't it? It's all about the beer. So
absolutely.
I mean, straight away, it's really smooth. It glides down. It's got that lovely bready, malty flavour, which I really like.
Excellent.
Again,
it does sound good.
That's not bad either. That's actually pretty decent. Again, just thinking with me taproom head on. I could sell loads of that. It's not. I was worried when they contacted me and said, "Hey, new branding, new beers. What do you think?" And I was like, "Okay." And they said, do you want some samples?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." Initially, they were like, "Do you want more kegs?" And I'm like, "Well, if you've reduced the ABV on them, and I don't like them, I don't want to sell it." So
Yeah.
let us get a few of the new cans, and I'll see what I think. But I mean, it seems quite safe. It looks like so far they've done a decent job with them. So
Okay.
Harry Maguire says, "All right, fellas. Hello, Harry. How are you? How are you, sir?" Brad reckons an 8.4 would blow his head off. Oof. Harry says 8% is the strongest beer I've ever had. That's not a bad number. That's not a bad number. I think you mentioned you've got a 16 odd percent stout. I've got one as well. Find it.
I think I'll be honest. I think 6 to 8 is my preferred range for a stout, for a big stout. I think that not quite impy bit in the middle is where you get the better flavour. If I'm honest, for me. But
I've got a 14.6. It's not that strong at all, actually.
which one is that?
14.6. This is from Avery Brewing from Colorado.
Ooh,
And this is a been sitting on this for a while. It's a stout aged in bourbon barrels with cherries, cacao nibs, and vanilla beans. It's their barrel aged series called the Bonbon Celis, and this was kindly gifted to me by an American friend. But I've been saving this for a special occasion. I don't know what that special occasion is, but crack that open at Christmas maybe.
Yeah, I keep reading stuff about this. People save stuff for special occasions. Whiskey is particularly problematic with it because people spend a lot of money on the bottle and then feel like they need to save it for a good day.
Yeah.
And I read something today. I was like, I think I might need to start kind of taking that approach, which is if you're having a good day, a good bottle of whiskey is probably not going to make it any better. Crack the good stuff out when you're having a bad day, and then it's going to make everything just a little bit better.
It's a little bit better, yeah.
Like it's, you know what I mean? Like there's a bit of logic in that, I think.
Yeah.
If you're already having a good time, a middle of the road drink's still going to be a great time.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you, it's a debate, isn't it? You want the good stuff, and there's never going to be a right time, is there? You just sometimes, I don't know. Beers tend to just kind of choose me. I think most of the time, I very rarely go into a drinking session with a plan.
that's a very philosophical way of looking at it. I like that. Beers choose me.
Yeah, the beers choose me. I think this is the only reason I was doing this was the toast beers. I thought I wanted to get them out of the way, and they sent them to me. Well, they literally received them yesterday. I thought I need to get him drunk so I can give him his feedback, and I thought a live stream would be the perfect way to do it. Drink all three of them on the live stream, and I can speak to Chris tomorrow and say, "Yep, they're fine." John Harris says, "So beerish." That's all that means. Lost. Jimmy C, hello sir, how are we? Captain Meat says, "Guys, can we raise a glass for the sad passing of Benjamin Zephaniah, Shane McGowan, and Terry Venables?" We can. We certainly can.
My glass is currently empty, but yes, we can.
We can, yeah. Certainly raise a glass to our fallen comrades.
I've just read some really disturbing things on the back of this bottle that I said I was saving for Christmas Day. You ready for this?
Okay.
So we were talking about ABV. Oh, thank goodness they've made a mistake. Right? Okay. Hold on a minute. So, oh no, they haven't. I read it wrong. Sorry. Anyway, it's still quite interesting. So as we said, the ABV was 16.58%. So that's Larry, very Larry. The whole bottle, it's a 500 ml bottle, and there's 8.3 units in it. That's pokey, right? It's given this as an impy stout. Would you like to hazard a guess at the IBU?
Ooh, on an impy stout. Oh, it can't be that much, surely. I would say in the 80s tops.
Oh, well, I thought 80 would have been quite high for an impy stout because maybe not. But the thing is, sometimes it's difficult to tell because they put so much other stuff in it to try and balance it out. It's 82. It's going to be
wow.
Yeah, 82. And the real headline: this has been aged before it got bottled for 35 months.
Jesus, in what barrels?
It just says oak barrels, but it was bourbon.
Oh, nice.
35 months.
God, that is going to have some poke.
That's going to have some real poke. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Very
I'm dreading it slightly all at the same time. I must add.
I always like it when they actually give an age statement. They tell you how long it's been in the barrel for. They haven't just simply showed it to a barrel and walked away again. You know.
Yeah, I mean, is that a us thing because we're interested in whiskey and beer, or do you think most people? That'd be a good thing for the comments actually. If you're buying a barrel aged stout, are you bothered about knowing how long it's been in there for? Because that set of Blue Monkey beers I covered, the video went out last weekend. All of those have been, I want to say best part of a year, if not a year. I'm sure there was some discrepancy between them, but like they didn't put that on there. They didn't tell you. I was like, that's quite a good length of time.
That's
but
not
like a lot of breweries aren't doing it for that long.
No, I think I was what was I drinking? I was drinking a Vocation one recently, barrel aged stout that they did, and they actually said in the description it had been in a barrel for 8 months, and I thought it's actually quite good for Vocation because that's a lot. That's one of the things that's been thrown at Vocation the last couple of years, that their barrel aged series, you never get much of a barrel flavour on it, and people kind of questioned how long it was even in a barrel for. But I do think, unless it's in there for at least 6 months, I don't see the point.
Well, it depends what you're putting it. It depends a little bit on what the barrel condition is when it goes in. So I think if you're receiving a full barrel, as in a not deconstructed, because a lot of the time, especially when stuff gets shipped out of the US, it'll be a deconstructed barrel. So you get the staves and the ends, and you have to put it back together. Of course, when that happens, the barrel is completely dry because it's been apart and subject to oxygen all around it for that transport time. So it needs longer at that point. But if you've received a barrel intact and it's a first fill, as in no one else has used it since the distillery, I think you can get away with less because there's going to be quite a lot of residual liquid still in. In fact, having it longer than 6 months, I think, might be too much. I think it'd be overpowering. So, yeah, it's difficult.
That's a good point. If it's literally a second fill, I suppose you're going to get a lot of the barrel character, aren't you? I suppose, but we're interested to know where the brewery's got the barrels from, and how many times they've been used before they get to them. You know, if it's literally had it once and they've taken it.
I was impressed by that Blue Monkey range. Every single one of those barrels was first use, as in first use after the distillery.
Yeah.
Not been banded around. So that was quite impressive. But yeah, it was there's a lot of science that goes into barrel work. It's a whole nother.
Well, I found that out when I went to Jack Daniels recently. Name dropping. Yeah, they literally said they only used their barrels once at Jack Daniels, and they said it was 80% of them go to Scotland.
Yeah.
Afterwards, which I was quite surprised at that number. I thought, wow, that's a lot of barrels.
The amount of bourbon finished Scotch on the market right now is massive, huge amount. Although interestingly, Jack Daniels doesn't call itself bourbon, but
no.
As an aside to that, a little bit of trivia for you. So Jack Daniels is a bourbon, but it goes through an extra filtration, which means it meets the criteria for a Tennessee whiskey, which is in theory a higher grade. More effort has had to go into it.
Yeah.
To make it. The other bit of trivia is any distillery in the US, if they want to call it bourbon, it can only be a first fill barrel. They can't reuse that barrel again.
Ah, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. It has to be freshly charred American oak to be bourbon. And as soon as they finish it in anything else, it's no longer bourbon.
It's just that talk, Tom, is seducing me. words like charred American oak. I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
give me a whiskey. Fancy a whiskey. But yes. Crack on. Thomas, hello, sir. Says hello, you gorgeous, intelligent, and interesting people. Someone else walked into the room. Thank you, Thomas. How are you, sir? John Morris says, so Boris Johnson, a Lincoln City Football Club fan. Is he really? Who knew? Cat's Meat says, to be, you look like a perfect pair of sexy plebs. I'll take that. Or being a sexy pleb. Pete says Thursday, probably. Excellent. Neil Long. Hello, mate. Hello, Neil Long. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you're well. Cat's Meat, since John has dropped the beer label, he's turned into a right yuppie. I reckon he'll be changing his name to Tarquin next with a crisp Chardonnay. CJ Art says, hello, you slags. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. They're all saying hello to Captain Meat. Thomas has kindly put a link to Pete's channel, home brewer, and he's doing he's just started like a monthly box topic on his channel. He gets a box of beer, and he's another one. He appreciates a good Scottish beer. He's got a box of Scottish beers at the moment, and he had I can't remember what he said he had now. He had a whiskey barrel aged dark beer. I think it was supposed to be a mild whiskey barrel aged mild. I forget the name of the brewery now.
Tell us in the comments. Tell us what you got. I'm all for the Scottish beer.
But he literally sent me a picture of it, and he said that's one of his beers of the year. I'd say it was a whiskey barrel aged dark mild. I'm sure it was a mild, something like that.
That is right on my street. I need to know what that is.
I'll see if he's written it in the chat if he's still watching. Bound to have done it. Right, we have another guest. Bosh. Hello.
Look at that jumper.
Hi. One of me baubles just fell out.
He's got baubles on his beard and a crimes against Christmas jumper. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm having a bit of trouble with my interweb net. I don't really know why. It's like olden times.
I suppose you are in your garden, technically. So
I am. I've got some wine because I have no beer.
It looks like a beer from here.
Yeah, you could have bluffed it, said it was a stout, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rather
or if
large.
it's white, you could have said it was a rice lager. I don't mind.
Well, I've told Lids she's just gone to Sainsbury's, so I've said, "Can you grab me some cold beer?" So I shall just start the night off with a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. As Captain Meat says, I'm a classy guy now.
Yeah, you're a classy broad. Sitting there, drinking wine, or me and Thomas slamming it on beers. I don't know. Outrageous.
We had an answer from Pete. It was a Sky Brewery Taraskia.
Oh yeah. That's the. Oh, has he filled us in? Is he on the chat?
He filled us in. Yeah, I made a note. I'm going to hunt that down when I'm there in a couple of weeks.
Yes, because as soon as he started talking about it, I thought I know someone who might appreciate that.
Yeah,
and Pete is he loved it by all accounts. He said it was awesome. Taraskia, yeah. Where are we? Shark says I have to work more so I can see my Los Angeles Dodgers, which just signed a player for $700 million over the next 10 years. Jesus Christ!
Wow, that's a lot of money.
That's a hell of a contract.
Yeah.
How does that work, Kev, with the baseball? Because obviously 700 million over 10 years. Is that how much of that goes to the player and how much goes to his previous employers, or was he out of contract? I don't know how it works in the MLB. But you hear these contracts and you're like, that's obscene. So is he actually getting paid 70 million a year for the next 10 years, or is half of that going to his previous team?
Not a lot of incentive to do your best if you promise that much over 10 years, is there?
Nah.
Not really. It's going to be target driven, surely.
I mean, that's got to be. I don't know enough about baseball, but I would assume that in most professional sports, 10 years would be till the end of your profession, unless you're really young.
I said that's a hell of a contract, isn't it? You know, you don't get 10-year contracts in football.
No,
doesn't happen. One leg break and that's your career. You know,
unheard of in motor racing as well. They do take you a little bit longer. So yeah,
oof. It's not bad though, is it? If you can get the money, not bad. Very nice.
No, it's worth it, isn't it? If you like the team and you think you can do the job, then
I mean, he's living the dream, isn't he? A £700 million contract. You're playing for the LA Dodgers, one of the biggest franchises in American sport. That's dream stuff. That very cool. So I hear you here in Helsinki. The average you'll pay in a bar is $8.50 for shit. Well, I mean, it's not. Oh, you can get a good beer for that kind of money over here. But if you want, if you're going into a pub and you're paying for a good, well, let's be honest. If you went into a bar and you were lucky enough to see a double IPA on, that's what you're going to be paying for a pint, isn't it? Really, $8.50.
That's about what that Wintersickle was.
Oof.
Well, it wasn't. It once converted. It was about 7-ish.
That you'd pay it though, wouldn't you?
I did.
Yeah, he did. He did. You know, you're getting quality. You know,
I was also getting the rest of the night for free, so I didn't feel so guilty about it. But yes,
perfect. Oh, excuse me.
He loved it.
He loves it, that lad. This is we're going to win the league. We're going to win. I mean, Brad, you got to be loving it right now, mate. Villa are they're doing bits. They are doing bits. They've beat Spurs, City, and Arsenal in the last couple of weeks. They're flying, absolutely flying. Fair play to them.
Wow.
Fair play to them. They are flying. Beardy Beer Reviews. Hello, Brett. How are you, mate? I have to think of your name for a second. There. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Is anyone drinking? Do you ever check in? Is anyone drinking? It's a Monday night. I know it's Monday night. It's not the most popular.
it's December
night.
though.
Yeah, you know full well when December comes, your liver's in for a beating, so you might as well, get involved, I suppose. I've got a bunch of home brews that I need to get through. Imperial Stout 10.8, Scotch Ale 7.5, Pale Ale 5.2, plus some other stouts in bottles. See my latest short. Check out his latest short. He'll explain more. He's currently drinking a oven-proof moonshine.
I'm going to assume that was meant to be overproof because oven-proof is well.
You can put it in the oven and it won't smash to pieces. Overproof moonshine. Love that. Oh,
Nice.
Flyman B. Oh, it's Rich. It's two baldy bleedy blokes. I haven't heard from them in time. How are you, Rich? Hope you're well, my friend. We're over here, Rich. We're over here, son. Hope you're well, mate.
Can you get like a dish? Can you get a dishwasher safe IPA?
Dishwasher safe, right? He's here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Happy holidays from Maine. Home brewing a pumpkin ale today. Lovely. I had a pumpkin ale, and I think it was from a Maine-based brewery. Brewery. 1 second.
Brr. He's only had 2 4%. He's done. What's going on?
I'm talking for 2. My voice just gives up after. Where are these guys from? No, they're from Massachusetts. Never mind. There was a pumpkin pie scraper. I think I reviewed it. It was one of the beers they brought back with me. I thought they were from Maine for some reason. I've got. If you had anything from Blaze Brewery, Jay, if you're still in the chat, Blaze Brewery, I've got a banana, peanut butter, and chocolate stout from them downstairs.
That sounds
Maine. It does. It's got Elvis on the can, and it's called Hunker Hunker.
Nice.
Which I think is great. So, yeah, Maine Blaze Brewing, they're called. The J, if you know anything from them, that'd be interesting. Where are we at? Joel says, we're drinking Conor McGregor's Forged Irish Stout the other day. Not bad. Drinks like milk. I've got a couple of them downstairs. Got a 4-pack in Asda. I think I've had one of them, 2 of them. Trying to force myself to drink the other 2. And it's not bad, but it's...
I've not had it yet. I hear it's just a bit boring.
Yeah, it's Guinness, but not as good.
Yeah, they're kind of flogging the old horse on the marketing campaign, aren't they? It
seems to have. It does seem to have been the year of the stout, hasn't it? In terms of the big boys getting involved. There's been a few stout supermarket releases. Stout and bitter. Bitter seems to be making a bit of revival.
Not really, because I can barely find a good one in Morrison's. Has anyone else got some decent stuff, or is it just average bitters that have been released?
Well, I think it's the breweries that are doing it. I mean, even BrewDog have knocked out a 500ml bottle of bitter, haven't they, and put it on the supermarket shelves.
Oh, the Doom Bar ripoff.
Is that what it is?
Shore, what was it called? Shore and something.
Yeah, they've got into a bit of trouble with that, haven't they?
That's a Doom Bar ripoff if I've ever seen one.
There was another brewery who'd already did a beer named the same thing. I heard they were suing BrewDog. So couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. New Year's Eve is a great night. New Year's Eve is a great night for drinking. New Year's Eve, there's no such thing as a New Year's Eve without beer, is there? That's impossible. But Christmas Eve has always been my favourite drinking night. I finish work at 6 on Christmas Eve, and I do intend to get absolutely blotto on Christmas Eve night. Always the way. I've done a 200 IBU. Have you really? Oof. Jesus. It doesn't make it shows how beers come along. So when Sierra Nevada Pale Ale first came out, it was like 32 IBU, and people didn't want to touch it. Oh, it's too bitter. It's too bitter. Now it's like ridiculous. You know, it's pathetic.
Does your tongue ever recover from 200 IBU?
To say, I don't think I've ever had a beer at 200 IBUs. No chance. Yeah, Sir Bobby. We lost Sir Bobby, didn't we? October, we lost him.
Crazy.
Sad. Very sad. Have you tried Steinhauser lager from Aldi? What a beautiful lager. Even better than Schlager.
It's bad though. Every time you see an older gentleman snuff it on TV, you're waiting for something to come out in the news.
True.
Is he frozen? No, he's not frozen because the lights are still going.
My internet sucks. What's going on here?
Nothing. You're in the room. Your lights are functioning.
Yeah, so because you can't pretend, John, because you've got waves of light behind you, so you can't pretend.
Well, they have slowed down now. Hold on.
Bubbles are falling out.
I have had Steinhauser from Aldi, and I seem to remember it being okay.
Hang on, I'm going to read.
He's going to what? He's going to read.
He's going to rewind.
He's going to read. Last one from Toast, the lager.
Toast lager.
They've dropped this from 5% to 4.6.
Ooh, naughty.
I don't like it when breweries do things like that.
No. Very sad.
I do like their lager, so I'm hoping this is going to be half decent at least.
As long as it's still got the maltiness, it's fine.
Yeah.
The ABV is irrelevant, but what normally happens when they drop the ABV is they drop all the flavour out of it, and then that's not good.
Yes, that's what I'm worrying about. Oh, it's got a cracking nose still though.
Oh, good.
But so, honestly, so far 2 from 2 they've been decent. They've still got that lovely kind of butter bread,
Lovely
aroma. Oh yeah, that's good. That's still fine. That's still fine. Wow. Okay.
Nailed it. They've nailed it.
They've actually done very well there.
Excellent.
Yeah, well done, Toast. Well done, Toast. That's actually not bad. Decent rebrand. The beers are still okay. Job done. Captain, totally agree with Rheinbacher from Aldi is a banger too. I used to love Rheinbacher. I used to buy crates of it. I used to drink. In lockdown, that was like my go-to lager. I was just drinking it all the time. And then they rebranded and dropped the ABV, and it tasted a shadow of its former self.
Yeah.
I still hear from people who still really rate it, so I might give it a revisit.
I think it's one of those beers that is not subjectively bad if you can isolate it. The problem is you're immediately trying to compare it to every other similar lower cost German beer on the market, and then it kind of doesn't stand up as much. Yeah.
Wasn't Simon saying that Kronbacher have reduced the ABV, or at least the Kronbacher we're getting here is a reduced ABV?
Oh, really?
Apparently, they dropped it to 4.8, something like that.
Oh no!
Always annoying when that happens. Joey, how are we doing, Joey? How are you, sir? Hope you're well, brother. If you have a new barrel, you can store it for 10 days and get a nice barrel effect. But the more it's used, the longer you got to wait. He did a stout last year and stored it 75 days, 4 times used, and it was nice.
Yeah.
I imagine it. I mean, how temperamental barrels are, and how much the flavors and complexities change from one to the other. I'd love to get involved. I'd love to do a barrel aged beer at work.
Right. I mean, they're quite distinctly different because a lot of the prowess in the whiskey industry is people who can blend to make something that tastes the same out of their range of casks. Because it's not just a case of take any casks and put it in a bottle. And then still, like, you get people doing like store bottle picks and stuff, and they are distinctly different from the regularly available version. Yeah. I guess that's why Jack Daniel's single barrel is always the best barrels. It's not the stuff that goes into the number 7.
Yeah,
it's a distinctly different drink.
What I didn't know, again, when I went to Jack Daniel's, what I didn't know, what I didn't know is that was quite how much they water down single barrel. Now, I love Jack Daniel's single barrel, but obviously they water it down to 45% for the mass market. But I bought a bottle of single barrel select.
Oh, we got the select. Okay, I've got one of those too. But go on.
Yeah, I bought a bottle of barrel select from the barrel house at Jack Daniel's, and it had only been bottled like 3 weeks previous or something.
Wow.
And it was 60. I can't remember. I think it's 67.2%, something silly like that.
Oh, you got a hold on. You got a single barrel strength select.
Yes.
I've not got one of those, and I'm very jealous. I've got a single barrel select, which I got for my 18th birthday. It's got a tiny bit left in it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Somewhere on it. But I've also got a single barrel strength 64.5, but it's not a select. So you've got a rare treat right there. Yeah,
that was my thinking. I tried it when I was in the barrel house, and it blew my mind. And they just said that obviously it changes from barrel to barrel. We take the barrels rather than taking anything out of it. It's literally bottled straight from the barrel, and I was just like, get that in my veins. No, I tried it, and it was just ridiculously delicious. That was an experience. They see you coming at Jack Daniel's. Let's put it that way. So the Jack Daniel's experience is wicked. Lynchburg is a disgrace. They will lynch you basically for every dollar that you have in your pocket.
Can I ask how much you paid for that bottle? And you don't have to be embarrassed about it, because I can guarantee I probably paid more for one.
Honestly, I paid $75 for that bottle.
That's perfect. And that's what, 65 quid?
60 quid? Around, probably closer to 70. Yeah, the exchange rate.
You go and try and buy just the non-select, so the one I just had in my hand. That's probably 55 to 60 quid minimum every day of the week here. So you've done all right, mate. And that select is well worth.
Yeah, honestly, as soon as I tried it, I was like, I'm having a bottle of this. This is ridiculous.
That's not a bad price for that at all.
I thought it would be a lot more. I thought it'd be a lot. When I saw that, I thought I'm having that. And I wanted a bottle of the 12-year-old. They got Jack Daniel's 12-year-old. In Lynchburg, they're trying to charge $450 for it. I was like, no chance. Absolutely no chance.
I was about to say to you, you should have told me. I'd have begged you to bring me one back, but not that. No, I don't want it.
No. That's what I wanted to say. They had the 10-year-old and they had the 12-year-old there. They don't actually sell it at the distillery, but they sell it like Lynchburg. If you've ever been, the Lynchburg town is literally across a little bridge
right
from the distillery. And it's just a little square, basically.
Yeah.
And lots of different little shops. So randomly, there's a Harley Davidson shop there, which is odd. Yeah. And the 3 of the shops there were just selling all the Jack Daniel's merchandise and the limited edition bottlings and all that. For some reason, they don't sell them at the distillery. It was very odd. But yeah, they see you coming. They see you coming when you go there. And yeah, the lady was like, "Oh yeah, that's $450." And I went, "Not for me, I ain't." Like, no chance, no chance. And I found out since you can buy it from other whiskey retailers in the States for half that. So they see you coming there, which is a bit of a shame. But
yeah. But on the flip side, I mean, whiskey going for a whole rabbit hole here. I will try not to make it too deep. But there's a whole big problem with whiskey going for overs in worldwide at the minute anyway.
Hmm.
And of course, they've got a tourist-driven market who feel like it's their only chance to get something. Of course, they're going to skyrocket that. Like it's going to
exactly.
But what we should do is shout out Scottish. Well, I suppose it wasn't at the distillery, but shout out Scottish distilleries because when you go there, you're getting it at bottom price from them. You won't get it cheaper than going directly from any of them. I don't think so.
Yeah. I think that was obviously the case with the bottle I bought.
Yeah,
I think for $75. I thought that's a really good bottle of whiskey.
I'd be very surprised if that was about less than 120 here. If you want to go buy it from somewhere.
Yeah, I've looked on the whiskey exchange and I didn't have it, and I thought I've got to get it. So I was just like double checking, am I making a good purchase?
I'm going to find you an answer to how much they go for here, and then I'm going to have to leave, I'm afraid, because I do need to go and sort some dinner. But I will find that answer for you.
Lovely.
Well, you to go through some comments.
Brad says, never thought Barrel Talk would give me a semi, but here we are. It's true. There is something about whiskey Barrel Talk that does make it hang a little bit lower. It's true. Child American Oak is what I call my love it. Pete Smoked Malt from the Isle of Skye. So that Pete is elaborating on this wonderful beer that he's had. It was a golden ale. That caught me out. I was way off. Otani will be paid for the next 50 years. Triple ticket prices. Have you seen that Real Betis fans throw teddy bears on the pitch at half time to give to charity for kids who don't get teddies at Christmas? Yes, they do that in Holland as well. I think it was PSV that did it one year, didn't they? They threw kids. They had a load of kids sitting in one of the lower tiers from a local hospital, and they had all the fans throw teddy bears down to them from the tier above, which was like a really nice touch.
I have an answer for you.
An answer? What have we got?
So this is new but at auction. So this is what people actually paid rather than what shops are advertising it at.
Yeah.
In the last 12 months, they've gone between 120 and 160 quid a bottle.
Wow. Bloody hell.
Told you it was good. That's a bargain you got there.
I've done all right there. I'll take that. It was one of them where you stop and look, because the only stuff that the White Rabbit Saloon is the shop at the distillery, which they actually did a whiskey called White Rabbit Saloon.
They did, yeah.
And the only one there that they had the Sinatra Select in there, which was the first time I'd actually held a bottle of it.
How much was it?
The Sinatra Select, I think, was 110, something like that. They're charging extra for that just because of the Sinatra name, aren't they?
Probably should have bought it home and sold it, but
yeah, I suppose. I think it was 110. It was just over $100, I think, the Sinatra.
Okay.
But I'm sure you can get that online over here, Whiskey Exchange. I'm sure they sell that one.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more though, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Bound to be. No, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But because I tried it, I hadn't seen the bottling before. I'm like, I'm having that. That. So it's got to be done. Hello. So it says, if you like a peaty whiskey, it will be a beer you will love.
I don't like peaty whiskey, but I like the flavour. So peaty whiskey gives me indigestion, and I don't know why. I like the flavour of it. It doesn't like me. I just end up with heartburn. But
yeah,
I like peated beer, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
See, I'm the same. I don't get on with peated whiskies. It gives me chest heartburn, that kind of thing. I don't get on with peated. Someone says, "Do you want a Lafroig?" I'm like, no, go away.
Get out.
I don't want that. Put it in the bin. I don't want to see it. Don't want it near me. It was a free agent. Wow, goodness me! So he gets the whole lot. Woo!
California taxes are taking half. Jeez.
Yeah. That's a shame. It's just gonna have to put up with a measly $35 million every year.
How will he? I assume that was the whole contract, not per year, but who knows?
Oh, if it's $700 million over 10 years. So I mean, even if the IRS take half of that, $30-odd million a year, crazy.
Right, so I'm going to have to disappear. I need to go and sort some dinner out and all that. But I made it for an hour. So
no, I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hopefully, see everyone at a stream at some point before Christmas. But if not, Merry Christmas. Have a good one. And I will catch you soon. If you're on really, really late, I might reappear. Even worse for wear, given what I've been drinking. But we'll see.
Let's hope so. I'm not in a rush. I've got plenty of beer to go through, and I don't know when I'm going to be on next. So I'm going to try and make the most of it tonight. So
Fair.
yeah,
Awesome. Nice one.
cool. Oh, mate, I'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, dude. The Crummy Monster. Good to see him on. Todd Bowley giving players 10-year contracts for stupid money at Chelsea. What's the difference? That's a good point. That's a good point. Crazy American coming in, knowing nothing about football. I do wonder the players at Chelsea have signed. Some of them absolutely shocking, aren't they? Shocking. Not that I care. Sodom, let them rot, bottom half of the table. Joey's contract will be deferred for a long time. Pete says the longest beer I've had, backstepping a bit, is Jule Malik, 15% from Denmark. Oof. Sounds good. Had that 2017, and the best before end is 2026 on it. Didn't last long in my house. Are you really? You going to the wrestling tonight? Love that. Love that. Joe's off to watch the wrestling. I've always said I'd like to go and watch the WWE one day. I've always wanted to do it, and never at the same time. I've never been that fussed. And they're coming to the UK more and more now. So maybe one day I'll go watch it, just for the experience. Go watch some wrestling. Pete says just had Mad Squirrel Hop Fest. Meh, I like Hop Fest. I'm a fan. A sub 4% pale ale with that much flavour. I'd still quite enjoy a Hop Fest, unless they've changed the recipe, of course. But to be fair, I don't think I've actually had. I'm talking bollocks here, and I don't think I've actually had a can of Hop Fest since probably this time last year. I bought you can get a box of Mad Squirrel in Costco now, like their cool range. Beer Dog is in. Hello, mate. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. How's it all going? I bought some washing up soap that was coloured orange. I immediately thought of sunset. Poor John. Oh, excuse me. We've lost John. I think I'm assuming his internet's completely conked out. Tom's gone for some grub. Shark says hello to the Beer Dog. So, because there's one from Shipyard called Pumpkinhead, wicked popular here. I've heard of Blaze. They make good wood oven pizza. It's funny you should say that. I can't keep doing this. Well, I went on holiday. I went to America. Some of you watching this might know. I went to America in October. I was there for a few weeks and did a bit of traveling. Spent a lot of time in Boston. Spent some time in New York. Spent some time in Nashville, down in Tennessee. And I went to Tailgate Brewing, who a lot of you will be familiar with because you can pick up some of their beers in B&M and Home Bargains and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not good. The beer Tailgate are producing is bad beer. It's not good beer at all, but the food at their tap room is incredible. So the apartment that we were renting in Nashville, it was literally a 2-minute walk from the Tailgate tap room, one of their breweries. And I went there, got a flight of beers. I had 6 different Tailgate beers, and they were all awful. But at the same time, I had one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten. It was a Nashville chicken, Detroit style pizza. So like a square base. Oh, it was incredible. Incredible pizza, but awful beer. Awful beer. Such a shame. Beer Dog says, hey, Kev. Pete says, the Brewdog isn't awful. Brewdog, you're on a Brewdog. Are you drinking a Brewdog now? Oh, you talk about the bitter. So I'm completely out of context with the chat here. 120 IBUs, the highest I've ever tried. Your palate is definitely wrecked. Yeah, that's just way too much bitterness in it. You can't taste anything after that, surely. With 200 IBU, it was a 10% impy stout, and there was enough residual sweetness to counterbalance it perfectly. Oof. Can I say John has not become Lidl's version of me tumble? Nerd Most Minute starts trying to render and upload a video. I'll be back. He'll be back. Paul Reinbacker is back to former glory for me. Is it still It dropped from 4.8 to 4.5, didn't it? Was that what? I'm sure that's what it went to, didn't it, Paul? I'm sure they dropped it down to 4.5, and it was like the flavour was obvious. The flavour difference was obvious for me. Question: since your breweries are reducing the ABV, are they reducing the IBUs? I'm wondering if the aroma carries the lack of malt flavour. It's a good question. Good question. Reducing the ABV, reducing the IBUs. I don't know. It's a good question. IBUs is such a kind of, it's a bit of a niche thing, isn't it? It's not many people that look out for IBUs on beers, is there really? But if you're drinking like a West Coast IPA, for example, you're going to expect a decent IBU level, aren't you? Surely a bit of bitterness, something on the back end, you know. Whether it's changing with the reduction of ABV, I'm not too sure. Just drinking an Inches cider, quite nice stuff. Chris Beer Reviews reviewed it, and I have to agree, nice cider and worth buying again. Henry 420, just realised who that is. How are you, mate? Chilling, grilling with Henry. Good to see you, mate. Depends how many times the barrels are used. Yep, barrel chat. Damn good evening to you all. You too, mate. You too. Everyone's saying hello to each other. I find Inches far too sweet. I don't really drink much cider, to be honest. I am enjoying this lager, though. If you're joining late, I've been working my way through the new toast range. They're giving me a new pale ale, the new session IPA, and the new lager. And all three of them are okay. They're okay. No problem with those. Go to Nashville instead of Lynchburg reviews. Yeah, did both. Did both. I went to Jack Daniels whilst I was in Nashville. We got a little coach trip over to Lynchburg, and yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day, good experience. Getting to drink whiskey in the barrel house of Jack Daniels was something I won't forget in a while. Just being surrounded by just tons of barrels. It was very, very cool. Really good atmosphere. Good bunch of guys who were on the tour with us as well. It was a good day. Cider chat. Look at the cider chat on here. Good day to you. Am I saying hello? David Longstaff is in. Hey, boyos. How we doing, mate? How are you, David? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Is anyone drinking? I'll do a check-in. Is anyone having a beer on a Monday night? Have I inspired anyone to have a beer on a Monday night? I hope so. That's a good point. Beer dog is inside the country, so he has to drink it. It's the law. He has to drink it. Oh, a bit of scrumpy. I haven't had scrumpy in years. Remember the first time I tried scrumpy, I was too young to be drinking it, and I was sick everywhere. If it ain't got a dead rat in it, it ain't cider. That bad. Mersey Beers, hello, mate. How we doing? Cheers, Paul, Tom, and chat. God, how far am I behind? First day back at work after a week off. Just finished 360 plus. Oh dear, 360 emails. That's not the one. That's not the one at all. Just checking my Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's fine. I have 3 days of Advent calendar beers to drink. One of them is an alcohol-free there. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Get that one done. No problem. Get it out of the way. So I'm saying hello to each other, which is a beautiful thing. Mosey says the first saw WWE UK tournament live must be nearly 10 years. I went to see WCW. Wow, WCW in early '99. So when did WCW? When did they go out of business? When was it? Because it's shortly after that, wasn't it? That didn't Vince buy them? Didn't the McMahons buy the company? Isn't Hertfordshire quite famous for cider as well? I wouldn't say it's famous for cider. We've got a few cideries in Hertfordshire. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was famous for cider. Definitely not. Definitely not. Biddle says, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank both viewers who watched my live review of 3-year-old log. Oh, did you do it? Did you drink it? 3-year-old log jam smash. How was it? I'm gonna have to watch that back. I might have to watch it back and see what you thought. That'd be interesting. I imagine that was a bit of a mad experience, wasn't it? Drinking that. It was bad enough when it was fresh, let alone 3 years in. Oof. Oof. Madness. Oh. Well, I posted off 3 of the new toast beers, and they were good. I've got no issues with them. Yeah. If you're interested in some new beer, toasted about a rebrand. That's the Grassroots Pale Ale. Like the can. Very, very nice. 4.1%. Nice and citrusy, light, easy drinking. This is the rebranded and rebrewed Session IPA. Was 4.5, now it's gone down to 4.3, but that is still pretty decent. I do like the can wrap. That's smart. I do like that. And the lager, which was the one I was concerned about, because I used to be 5%. Now it's 4.6, but still, that's pretty good. And again, very cool can wrap. I like that. So WCW went bust 2000. Got bought at the start of 2001. God, wow. Over 20 years ago already. I remember that. They did an invasion storyline, didn't they? All WCW guys that were going to be out of a job all started getting WWE contracts, didn't they? Good old days. Attitude Era, or the end of the Attitude Era, really. It all kind of went downhill after that. Henry's going to be right back. Just about to have some food. Cheers, Paul, all in chat. Have a good Christmas, if I don't speak before. Much love. And big up. Same to you, dude. Have a wonderful Christmas. Have a really good time. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. If you're having time off work, enjoy it. What's everyone's plans for Christmas? What's everyone going to be doing? Is it kind of a family affair? Are you going to be any beers that you've got on your short list for Christmas? Anything you particularly want to be drinking? I do like it when it's Christmas. I do like it. I've always enjoyed Christmas. I do enjoy it. I love having the tree behind me when I do any YouTube stuff in December. Just adds a little bit of something to the channel, doesn't it? I do like that. I'm going to grab another beer. I'm going to be changing brewery. What should I go for? I am going to go to Vibrant Forest. Vibrant Forest sent me a load of beer recently, and I've been taking my time drinking them. This is called Otto, and it is a Idaho 7 and Citra hopped pale ale. Sounds good. Does sound good. Let's get this out. See what it's all about. Idaho 7 and Citra, 2 of my favourite hops, to be fair. What's the ABV on this? 4.2. Nice sessionable one again. Oh, wow. A massive, great lump of sediment fell out. Quite a few bits of sediment fell out at the bottom of that. Oh, that's a nice nose. Look at that. Not bad. Hazy. Let's get stuck in. Cheers, everyone. Ooh. You get the citrus straight away, but it's the Idaho 7 that takes over on that one. Kind of grapey, more citrusy than it is tropical. Otto, Vibrant Forest. Nice. I'll be back shortly. Yeah, I'll be going for a little while, mate. Everyone get yourself comfortable. Have a beer. I love summertime for Christmas. No, you love summertime. You love summertime for Christmas? I don't know what that means. Have you had your Celebration Ale yet? Kev from Sierra Nevada. I've got a few cans on the way. That is kind of part of my Christmas tradition. Celebration ale from Sierra Nevada. I do like it. Pete, Pete. Let me hold up. Let me send you an invite if I can remember how to do it. Talk amongst yourselves. Trying to find you. I'm sure I've had you on here before. How did I send you the link last time? I'm assuming through Instagram. I'm assuming. He's had a 6-pack of Sierra Nevada celebration already. Really, 28 degrees. That's not right, is it? That's not right. Shouldn't be warm at Christmas. It's got to be cold. It's got to be cold at Christmas. Got to be. So bear with me, just sorting out. Sending my good buddy Pete a link if he wants to join for a beer. Sharks, we get you on. Sharks, fancy a beer? I imagine you're at work, aren't you? 28 degrees is cold here. It's bloody hot here. 28 degrees, I'm not going out. I hate working in 28 degree weather. Not the one. Chris says, time to cook dinner, so I don't see anyone before. Happy Christmas to all. Happy Christmas to you, brother. Have an awesome Christmas. Hope everyone has a really good one. But I'm not going anywhere yet. Sharky's at work. Sharky's at work. I thought you might be. I thought early doors over there. What is it, like 11 in the morning over there? You've got all day. Dear. Where are my invites? Copy that. Just got to try and find you. Trying to find you, Pete. Look for that one. This is me trying to use a computer. If I know everyone, so I suck at it. There we go. The computer's running really, really slowly at the moment. It is a dinosaur, this laptop. I think that's one thing I'm going to have to do in the new year is invest in a new laptop. Right, Pete, you should have received a link, all being well, if I did it properly. And you can join him. Jim's in. Hello, Jim. Hey, Paul. It's been a while since you had the pub open. It has. It's been doing refurbishments, mate. Refurbishments. Good to see you as well, mate. Good to see you as well. Hope you're well. How are you? Hope you're okay. Hope everything's all right over there, my friend. Yeah, Pete's got the link, so we're going to be joined by Bowtie Pete, Bowtie Brewing, hopefully shortly. Jim, how have you been, man? What have you been drinking? You're going to make me jealous with some incredible North Virginian beers. I was on your side of the Atlantic not too long ago, man, enjoying the beery delights. Massively jealous of the beer that you have there. It's just like your standard stuff. Paul finally caught up with collecting all the dog hair. I'm wearing a jumper. Luckily, it's black, so you can't see it. But since we've had the dog in the house, I'm absolutely covered in hair all the time. Really annoying. But there you go. The joys of having a dog. Joys of having a pooch. Dog owners will know. Excuse me. I might get him up here in a minute. I'm pretty sure Abby's downstairs now. Maybe we'll get the dog up. Meat chunks. Yeah, what was I saying? Beery highlights. I drunk a lot of the quintessential rubbish American macro beers when I was out there. Miller Lite, tried that for the first time. I actually quite enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I actually quite enjoyed Miller Lite. It wasn't terrible. Miller High Life, really liked that. Really liked Miller High Life. I thought it was a really good beer. Coors Banquet was good. What else did I have? I had Bush Light. I had a can of that from a bar in Nashville, just next to the Predators Stadium or the arena. What's the name of that arena? Is it Bridgestone or something like that? I can't remember who sponsors it now. If anyone knows where the Nashville Predators play, the name of that arena, it's right on the Broadway strip of Nashville. I've forgotten the name that's plastered all over it. I know the Tennessee Titans Stadium is the Nissan Stadium, isn't it? Nissan. I can't remember what name they had plastered all over the Predators arena. And I was drinking at a bar right by the entrance to the arena. They do big cans. One thing I did like about America is the huge cans. So I was drinking Bush Light. So hi Abby.
Hi.
How are you? Here comes say hello to people.
Hi.
Hi. So it's the first time I've done a live in ages.
I was going to say, so I've got a Christmas jumper already.
I know, I haven't gone for Christmas jumper today. I'm just sitting by the tree, so it's kind of...
I need to get changed because I'm really muddy.
You muddy and everything.
Is
Chance clean now, or is he still dirty?
No, he had a wash.
Perfect.
He's
Perfect.
clean. He's really tired, so he was clean.
Love it. Love it. Just drank light Coors. I didn't drink any Coors Light when I was out there. I didn't want to. I didn't see the point. I had Bush Light. I had Michelob Ultra, Coors Banquet, Miller Lite, Miller High Life, Allagash White. Love that beer. What a beer that is. Really, really lovely example of the style. The good Belgian wit beer. Really enjoyed that. I can't remember the name of the liquor store. It was down the road from my brother's place in Boston. It's like a beer supermarket. I loved it. The only thing that annoyed me about America, they're obsessed with 4-packs. Obsessed with 4-packs. Really hard to find somewhere that just sold singles. Single cans. All the beer shops over here, you buy singles. You know, in America, it's all 4-packs. And it's like, well, what if I don't like it? I've got 3 more of the bastards to drink, you know. Saw that you guys were in the States. I followed you on Ab's Facebook, man. You guys, it was wicked. It was really, really good. I can't wait to get back out there. It was the first time I properly explored, and I loved it. I loved it. There's an American in me. There's always been a bit of America in me, and yeah, being out there was wicked. It's a holiday that we've been trying to get done for years, and there's been all sorts of reasons, new jobs and pandemics and all sorts of things that stopped us from getting out there. But to finally get out there and proper explore was amazing. Definitely the highlight of the year, that's for sure. My brother lives in Boston, so it was great to explore Boston. Loved that. It's my Boston Bruins sweatshirt. Go on, Bruins. Great time. Got to see the Bruins play. Went to the TD Garden, saw them get beat by the Anaheim Ducks. Abby was very happy because she's a Ducks fan. You're not. You should be in the basement, Pete, but you're not here. I don't know what's going on. Let me try and resend the link. I will try and resend it. So copy. Instagram. Do apologize. My computer is so slow. It's like it's about to die. Go to my messages. Bowtie Brewers. Paste. And there's the link again. Hopefully that one works. Oh, here he is. He's here. He's here. Is that a tree? Is that a tree behind him? Hang on.
Look, there we go. That's better.
Right. Introduce you to Bowtie Pete from Bowtie Brewing.
At least I've got some.
You look beautiful, but yeah, shut your face. You look beautiful, Pete. If you're not familiar with Pete, this is Pete from Bowtie Brewers, home brewer extraordinaire. And we called him Bowtie Pete because he likes to wear a bow tie.
Yes, as demonstrated by.
As demonstrated today.
Slightly low. I need to sit up a bit, don't I?
I was going to say, you look like you're sinking.
I'm lounging on the sofa.
Oh, it's all right for some, isn't it? Lounging, just lounging, chilling,
Lounging.
sitting by the Christmas tree. I love it. I thought you didn't do Christmas.
I don't, but it was free.
Can't beat a free tree, can you?
A free tree, and it's the perfect height. There's about 7 inches off the ceiling.
Wow.
So it's perfect height. It's a big old tree, got big old ceiling. So
made to cut to size then.
Yeah, it's lovely actually. It's not spiky.
That's what your nice soft tree. I've got a
Soft tree. Yeah, because I had to get it in the house by myself. So
it's got to be done.
Apparently.
Oh, nice.
Still
Nice.
got a label on it, which is currently the only decoration it's got.
That's a debate. Real tree or fake tree? So I've got two. So this one behind me is an artificial tree. This is its second Christmas. But downstairs in the lounge, you always have a real tree. Because we like the smell that a real tree gives you at Christmas. You know,
It's quite special, isn't it? Yeah,
it is quite special.
I can see the convenience of having an artificial one, but then again, you've got to have somewhere to store it for a year.
Yeah,
So,
this is true.
If you've got somewhere to store it, fair enough. I don't know, people who've had theirs for like 10 years and they've got their money's worth.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't really celebrate Christmas. We never spend more than £2 on a Christmas tree if we get one. So literally, my brother might come round on like the 24th of December with a tree, or 23rd of December. He's bought it for £2 at B&Q because they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, I think I bought. I can't remember. I bought this tree now. I think I bought this in Home Base, Home Base or B&Q, one of them.
Yeah.
And the last one, the last artificial tree I had came from Home Base, and it lasted me like 8 years before it eventually, obviously they drop into place. Right? Yeah, all the branches drop into place, and then gradually every year the branches got lower and lower to the point where you could see with gaps. And I was like, yeah, it's had its day. So it lasted me like 8 Christmases, and this one's second, and it's still looking pretty fresh.
That's right.
Quite happy with that one. But yeah. What the debate? Real tree or fake tree? Put it in the chat now. Real or fake? The tricky one. Mersey says you can usually get Allagash White from Cloudwater. That's interesting because I would love some more of that because I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've always really enjoyed Blue Moon. As you can tell, I've got a Blue Moon sign up on the wall behind me. I've always really enjoyed it, and then I had it when I was there in Boston, and it was just the mouthfeel was the first thing I noticed. Actual quality of it. It's just a level up. It's a lovely wit beer.
It's a tasty beer, that Blue Moon. So I think I've only had it like twice, but it's a good beer.
But it was one of the original craft beers for me.
Yeah.
It was that brewery up in Aberdeenshire with their IPA, that punk IPA that used to be really good. It was that beer and Blue Moon. They were the first two real craft beers.
So yeah, Sierra Nevada, don't forget them.
Well, yeah, Sierra Nevada. I was a little bit slow to the game with Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, but that's that one beer where I still remember exactly where I was the first time I drank it, because the first time I ever drank Sierra Nevada Pale Ale was on draft.
Yeah,
and I couldn't believe my luck now, but yeah, it was
I've
beautiful.
had it once on draft. Now I was at Creative Juices.
At Creative Juices.
Yeah.
Well, we've still got 2 more kegs out the back, which I need to get it back on. Oh yeah. So what went? I put on Crunch by Hamilton,
I don't know.
which is the peanut butter stout.
Oh, right. Very nice.
That is on now. Loom ran out over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I think I've got a space there. I don't think I replaced it. I think I've got a space there at the moment. where Loom's going to get replaced, and the Sleeper Lager's about to get replaced as well. So I've got a few new beers going on this week. I've got a Christmas Porter to put on by Turning Point.
All right, yes.
And I want to put Sierra Nevada Pale back on, if I can, ideally. As long as I've got nothing else that needs to go on, definitely. Jim says fake with lights. Fake with lights. Can't be bad.
Real with nothing.
Real with nothing. I think you've got to have some lights on it, surely.
I will do eventually, but I literally, I've only just got it in today. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to find all the Christmas decorations, and I mean the base is 1.5 inch from work.
Made a good point there. The smell of a real tree is great, but not the mess when it's over. That is true, but if you water it, it doesn't drop as much. I have found that. If you leave it to its own devices, it will drop quite a bit. But if you water it, it tends to hang on a little bit more.
Unfortunately, it's a hollow base to it, so you literally can't water it.
Lovely, got it. Yeah. It was funny. Last year, we do like an annual pre-Christmas dinner. We have like my parents, Abby's parents, and her grandparents. She's lucky to still have her grandparents, and they come over every year. We do a Christmas ham. And last year they came over, they brought the dogs. And my mum and dad have always had artificial trees. And their dog came, saw the tree, and thought, that's a real tree. So what did you think he did? He got his leg off it, peed all over it. All the presents were under the tree. I was like, oh no. So it's like a rush to get all the presents out and like wipe them off. Don't let the dogs wee. Soak through. It was so funny. Couldn't believe he was doing it. So I looked down at him and I was like, what are you doing? Peeing up the Christmas tree. Couldn't believe it. So funny. Saint Bernardus is most excellent. I agree. You can get a Saint Bernardus in Tesco. I forgot which one it is now. The 12, is it? With the blue label?
Yeah.
You can get that in Tesco. That's a lovely beer. And it's like £4 a bottle. Bargain. Bargain. Charlotte says, what colour lights? White or colour? Colour, mate. Always go colour. Multicoloured lights. Always. It's so much more warming. Don't get me wrong. I like a soft white on a tree. It's classy. But for me, Christmas is party time. So multicoloured lights for me on a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay. So I'm just seeing what other beers I can have. So I buy my friend a beer advent calendar each year, and he buys me one. Yeah. It's usually when I'm buying beers for him for his advent calendar, I think, oh, I haven't had that before. I'll buy it as well. So I end up buying twice as many beers and having them for myself. But I can't have my beers until he's had his. Otherwise, it'll give the game away.
So what are you drinking now?
I'm drinking. This is not in the advent calendar. This is one I have in the fridge. Buxton Lupulus
Buxton.
X.
That's good beer.
Good, but it is a nice beer actually. Then I've got Hook Norton 12 Days to Come. I've got Belgian Guinness.
12 days to what? Sorry?
Hook Norton.
Oh, yes.
That's a cracking beer.
So for a second, I thought you said the beer was called 12 Days to Come. I was like, I beg your pardon.
12
Absolute
days.
smut. Where'd you get that?
Beer,
Where'd you get that one from?
I got these all from Beers of Europe.
Ooh. Is that any good?
So I buy 48 bottles from Beers of Europe, and it comes in a big 24 box each. So it's a perfect advent calendar. And then I use little paper cups with the numbers on top to put on top of the bottle so you can't see what they are.
I had a bottle of Old Hooky. Old Hooky. I think I was telling you about this the other day when I forgot how nice that beer is.
It's a solid beer. All the
Still a nice beer.
Good.
I think Old Peculiar might be on in my Wetherspoons now. It reminds me. I pop down there.
Well, that's Sneaksters, yeah. I had it at my local Green King had it on, which is nice.
Ooh. Nice.
I
did Great British Beer Festival this year. That was the first time I'd ever had it on cask.
Not happening next year. It's been cancelled.
Joking?
No, they couldn't get the venue, so they can't do it, and they can't find alternatives. They've cancelled GBBF next year.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. When was that announced?
Today.
Goodness me. There you go. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. That's actually a shocker.
Yeah, someone either didn't book it in time or it clashed with something which got them more money.
That is camera all over though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
So there you go. Breaking news: no Great British Beer Festival next year.
And that was apart from St Albans with you lot, it was my favourite festival of the year.
GBBF is my favourite beer festival because I
Yeah.
love Olympia as
Yeah.
a venue.
It's got the space just so it makes it comfortable. You don't
Yeah.
feel too packed in.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't feel claustrophobic there at all.
Yeah, and I found that picking beers beforehand, which I know we both did, was it was almost like a waste of time. Really, just need to find a space at the bar and just point at something and have it.
Yeah, I was absolutely spangled at GBBF this year. It got to the point where I was seeing double. And I just had to sit down and just not talk, just stop talking. I remember at one point I was looking up at the ceiling, looking at the lights, and there was like rows. If you ever look at the ceiling of Olympia, it's 2 rows of lights.
Yeah.
I was seeing 4. And I was looking at, I was doing that. I was like, I can't see straight. I was absolutely plastered. Not good at all.
It was good though. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it because it's the first time I've been to GBBF, and it was it's cracking.
It's a good festival. It like you say, it's the natural light that comes in. You don't feel claustrophobic in there. It's bloody good beer. You know, it's a good festival.
Because usually at beer festivals, I like to find a spot and sit down, and then we sort of go up, get beers, and come back and whatnot. But that sort of always encouraged you to like do a tour of all the bars. It's quite a different sort of atmosphere to it.
Yeah. That's a crackers. I mean, that was it. So I was saying, Old Peculiar was the first time I've had Old Peculiar on cask, and it was good. It was good. I was saying, if it's on at the Wetherspoons down the road, I'll have to go down there and have another go on it.
Like £2.50.
Yeah, you can't argue with the prices, can you? Especially not at the moment. Just says you can't go wrong with a Belgian ale this time of year. I'm fond of a certain Trappist ale during the holidays too. Absolutely, I've got Delirium Christmas, and I've also got Delirium Nocturnum at the moment, and I'm probably gonna do some videos on them because I've got a lovely Delirium glass that I've still not used, a brand new glass, and I've yet to give it its yet to break it in. You know,
the funny shaped one.
Yes, with the elephant trunk for a stem. Yeah, very very nice glass. I got. That was actually a gift. I went to. I was in Brussels in March, and our lovely French host was kind of showing us around, and we went into a beer shop, and my plan was to get a few big 750 good Belgian beers. I bought a Golden Carolus. I bought a.
That's good.
I had their whiskey barrel aged dark, which was stunning, absolutely stunning. I also bought a bottle of Westvleteren, and I bought there was 2 other big bottles, and I can't remember what they were now. I bought a Trappist double, Westmalle double, big bottle of it because it was only like €6, which I couldn't get my head around how cheap it was. And I bought another one, which was a Chimay. It was a Chimay quad that I bought. And then when I was busy snooping around for beers, Chloe, bless her, she went and got me a Delirium glass whilst I was distracted. So yeah, very nice gift. That was really nice.
The Delirium glass I've got is almost identical to that, but it's got a lovely gold rim to it, and it's got dotted all around little pink elephants, and they're all wearing little Santa's hats.
That's right. Yeah, you got the Christmas one, haven't you? Yeah. Tempted, to get it out.
This was our Fish and Wetherspoons. And it's one of my favourite glasses. In fact,
I've got
a pair of them.
I got 2 like that I nicked from Beer X. Well, I didn't nick; they gave us to them. Beer X. I was at the Beer X convention or exhibition thing a couple of years ago, and they were the glasses that they gave us. And I thought it's just like a really nice Belgian beer glass. You know, I'm having them.
Yeah.
So I brought them home with me without breaking. John said GBF is superb, but that last one was full of idiots on a quest to abuse anyone using QR codes. Yeah, you got a bit of grief for that, didn't you? Using the QR codes, Johnny boy. But I don't know. There's always someone who's going to be upset about something trivial. But there you go.
Titanic gave me a QR code, get 10% off my next online order, which I used.
But I think it's a good thing. It's a good
Yeah.
thing. I know people are just struggle with things moving, don't they? People, progressiveness and
Yeah.
being more modern and that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. People
So-
are just stuck in their ways.
Yeah, as Arthur gave Titanic a very good compliment because I brought a mixed case off them about 2 months before, and pretty much every beer was, bloody all right, really.
Yeah.
And I said that to them, and they said, "Oh, that's fine. Order another case. Here's 10% off that."
Win-win.
Yeah, with Titanic.
Rasco, you were. Do you know what? I forgot that you were there, Rasco. That's how drunk I was. To be honest, I forgot I actually bumped into you that day. Who else did I see that day? So I went with my wife and Chris from Chris's Beer Reviews. Bumped into you. I think the guys from Rate My Beer, Paul and Michelle. I want to say her name is. I think it's Paul and Michelle from Rate My Beer. Bumped into them. I think Basco and Disco were both there. Obviously, John, Mark, Craft Beer Hub was there. Simon was there. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah. Lots of people I bumped into. Lots of people I bumped into that one. It was a good day.
Yeah, there's a couple of people I recognise, but I've never sort of been introduced to them. So I saw a couple of folks from different breweries, like Tring Brewery, I think, were there. I think one of the guys from Paradigm was there. Might have been. So yeah, a couple of odds and sorts of people I sort of vaguely recognise.
Was it Rob? Was Rob there?
I don't know if it was. Well, it must have been, I think. But was it him? It might have been.
I
Yeah, it's a bit of a blur.
didn't know him at that point. I met Rob for the first time when I went to the Paradigm sort of Believers Do.
Yeah.
When they announced they were closing the brewery, and me and Ben
Yeah.
went to meet him at the pub and sort of say hello. And now obviously he works with us, doesn't he? He does all the admin stuff that Ben doesn't want to do. So.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But yeah, no, he's a nice guy. Paul's Luton, but I won't hold that against him.
Yeah. Oh,
There you go.
Luton wankers. We've done that.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I know very little about football, but I do know that.
it's for the best,
Watford,
mate.
As someone who lives in Watford.
It's for the best. It's for the best not knowing about football, not getting involved. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Too much stress is involved. Too much stress involved. Rascal, how are you, dude? Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. It's all good. It's been ages since I've done this. I feel really weird sitting here doing a live stream. It's been ages since I've done one. I can't remember the last time I did one. Probably September time, maybe.
It was way before you went on holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I used to do this every week. During lockdown, I used to do this every Saturday. Because I couldn't go out, so I thought, well, I might as well sit on here and drink a load of beer.
Lots of stuff we all did over lockdown, which we missed it. Like there's a little home brewing group I belong to, and we used to do online quizzes every week. Brilliant fun.
Yeah, online quizzes became a thing, didn't it? What was the app that everyone was using?
Zoom.
Was it Zoom?
Zoom, yeah, I think it's
Zoom. What happened to Zoom? Does Zoom still even exist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's a good thing I don't miss that. Shark says, is it Saturday already? That's wishful thinking, my friend. Wishful thinking, my friend. What's you saying that? I thought we got it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be busy at work for the next it's 2 weeks, isn't it? Christmas is 2 weeks away, literally. It's gonna be busy.
Yeah. I'm coming on Thursday, but I can't come much more. I've run out of money because my car's gone in.
Yeah. Actually, oh, that's not good. That's the sad thing. It's you got once you paid the mortgage and all the bills, and then you got to pay for Christmas, and you kind of thinking, I ain't got much left now. Not
Literally,
a lot.
my month's wages I'll have for less than 24 hours because I'll get paid on the Thursday. It'll be going to the repairman on the Friday.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that's not really
Not good. Not good.
So give me Weatherspoons prices for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. This is like, if you want to go for a beer, yeah, I'll meet you at Weatherspoons. Can't afford to go anywhere else.
I'll bring me own though.
Yeah, bring me own beer. Christmas is too bloody expensive. It is way. You go ninja training. Asco's going to do some ninja stuff. Going to throw some ninja stars at people and that. Put on his turtle costume. Start kicking things.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja. I forgot he did that. He was a ninja. Paul, did you liberate any beer glasses from the States? I didn't liberate any glasses. I did purchase a proper touristy. I went to the Cheers bar in Boston, and I bought my glass from there. I had a pint of, I think it was a pint, probably slightly less than a pint. I had a pint of Samuel Adams Boston Lager in the Cheers bar, and I bought my glass. And it's a proper nice. It's essentially a dimpled. It's one of those, basically,
Very nice.
but with the Cheers logo on it, and it's downstairs. So I bought one of those, but I didn't nick any glasses. And probably the main reason for that is because most of the bars I went into just gave you beer in cans, which was a bit.
Shit.
I did a bit of drinking in Boston, and you got Trillium. Oh my god, Trillium! Trillium beer in Boston, incredible, absolutely incredible. They gave you. I don't even think the glasses they gave me there were branded. But yeah, cheers bar. I had my glass. Nashville, it was all cans. They didn't do glasses. They just gave you a beer straight out of the fridge. You got a can. That was that.
Very
You know.
weird.
But yeah, no, there was so I drank a lot of good beer in Massachusetts, particularly. I drank some really, really good beer. Nashville, I didn't have much good beer. I drank because I went to Tailgate and their beer is awful. I went to another brewery whose name I completely Southern Grist. I went there. Their beer was very good. Southern Grist in Nashville, very, very good. But yeah, Boston in particular, Trillium. If you ever in the Fenway Park area, obviously where the Red Sox play, there's a Trillium bar just around the corner from it, and their beer is outstanding, absolutely outstanding, really good. Jim Paul nicked the cans. I bought some back. There's only so much I could fit in my suitcase, but I bought some back. But honestly, some of the beers I had out there were just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculously good. You know, and it wasn't necessarily the styles that I thought were going to be ridiculously good. I mean, their IPA, we call them a New England IPA. They just call it an IPA, right? You know, so, Trillium's IPA. I had, I think it was called Parkside. I bought a 4-pack of it. It was I can't remember what they hopped it with now. Citron Strata, I think it was. And it just stopped me in my tracks. I was sat at the Trillium bar, had my first mouthful of that, and it just put a stupid grin on my face. You know, I was just like, oh my god, you know, that is ridiculous. That is a ridiculously good beer. And there was a little mini brewery on site at the bar, and it was all canned there. So I had a 4-pack and brought that home with me, along with the pumpkin one. Jack Abbey's craft lagers. Shout out to them, based in Massachusetts.
Usually pumpkin beer's a load of arse, aren't they? Usually, so
yeah,
managed to find a good one.
Yeah, found a good one, which was excellent. Yeah, Jack Abbey's craft lagers in Massachusetts, incredible beer. Who else did I have that I really enjoyed? I can't remember now. A few other really good breweries. This beer I had whilst I was out there. But yeah, too many to mention, but some great stuff. Really, really good. America produces some great beer. They do. Their IPAs are just on another level. Did you manage to get to an American football game? I didn't. I watched a lot of American football. But no, I didn't go to an American football game. I went to the hockey. I went to see the Bruins play. And that was great. Excellent arena. The TD Arena in Boston. It was I go and watch Milton Keynes Lightning when I get the time. I do like my ice hockey. But I mean, compared to that, the arena that they play in Milton Keynes, ice hockey is almost a non-existent sport over here. It's
Yeah, I've got any facilities set up for every.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, when you go and watch Milton Keynes Lightning, and then you go to Boston to watch the Bruins, it's another level. It really is. The TD Garden is a wicked arena. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Boston Celtics play there as well. So they obviously have the court. I'm assuming the basketball court will go above the ice. I'm assuming, or that's how it works. But yeah, very very nice arena. Really nice venue. I paid $16 for a huge can of Blue Moon. So yeah, got skinned, but it was a massive can of Blue Moon. It was, I can't remember what the choices were. There was like Harpoon IPA, which had sold out, which is another great Boston brewery. Harpoon, I do like Harpoon, or a Blue Moon, and I thought, sod it, I'll have a Blue Moon, but it was about that tall, and about that fat. It was a handful of a can. It was great. So I had a Blue
9-pint ones we get here, was it?
I mean, it must have been a pint and a half, maybe. I reckon. In that, it was enormous, but it was $16 for a can. It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I was quite happy. I had a couple of them watching the Bruins get beat by the Ducks, so that was nice. But the Blue Moon was nice in the States. To get it a little bit closer to the source was wicked. That was good. If Paul visited the West Coast, he would need an empty. Absolutely. You know, me West Coast IPAs, I'd be in heaven. I would be in heaven.
Funny with Westies, I never used to like them, but this year I've just found a taste for them. It's funny how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah,
But yeah, they're too bitter for it now. Because I think one of the problems is that all the IPAs come very similar. They all come very soft, very hazy, and very very juicy. And sometimes you want a good kick in the balls, don't you, with some hop flavour and bitterness.
Absolutely.
And that's what Westie can give you, which you miss from
New England, for example. Yeah. If you
nice.
want,
I like that style, but sometimes you just want a whack in the mouth, don't you, with hop flavour and
definitely.
bitterness.
Definitely. That was the big. I mean, Sierra Nevada do a beer called Atomic Torpedo. Now, I mean, Torpedo on its own is an excellent West Coast IPA, but Atomic is a double, essentially. It's a double West Coast IPA, and it's incredible. And you can get it on the Sierra Nevada website, but it was going into all of the liquor stores over there, and it just being there, just like big pint cans, like huge cans of it. I was just like, oh. Really like tempted to buy it, but I'm like, I've had it. I don't need to buy it. What am I doing? Just stop looking at it. You know, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
It's such a good beer.
The same in the last mixed box for Hollies, and you know they do juicy hazy pale beers very very well. But when I had a Westie every now and then in the box, you noticed it.
Yeah,
that's what made the difference.
What did you think of the Polly's attempt at a Westie?
That's fine. It was lovely.
Yeah.
It was very good. I couldn't remember the name. They've got so many different names, but yeah, they were good. They were very good.
I think I've had one West Coast IPA from Polly's, and it was okay. It was still very soft. But,
yes, they're perhaps not as harsh as others you can get, but they certainly are different from the rest of the range. Let's say that. Yeah, I enjoyed them. That sort of real dank, resiny bitterness.
Oh god, yeah. The resinous, the pine. You know, it's
eating a bit of tree.
Just take some cuttings. Just chuck it in an IPA.
Funny actually. I think Pope's Yard they did a spruce tip sour. I think it was dragon chip. It was called. I call it dragon chip, but that's because I mean when they do sours, they make them really sour. My friend Dom, he absolutely adores it because he likes sours, but crikey, that was heartburn in a bottle of that stuff. It was acidic as hell. Some people will manage that a lot better.
Yeah, Yeah, no, it's my favourite style generally, and when a brewery gets it right, there's very few things as rewarding as a good, like I say, good sort of jammy, resinous, piney, juicy, but bitter West Coast IPA. It's all right. Thing of beauty. I mean, that's why I got a lot of love for Elusive, because I still think that Oregon Trail was terrific.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
When you get a good batch of that, it's a cracking beer, really good. But
didn't they do a different version of that Oregon Trail? I think you had it in, didn't you?
Yeah, we had the one did I get? Did I get the red one?
Yeah, I think it was a red label.
Yeah, I got the Oregon Trail red. They released a couple of specials over the summer. They did a triple, which I didn't like. Really, it didn't work. They did a triple version of it, which I didn't like, but the red version was really good, really really nice version. But they've also done a black version of it this year as well, so they've tinkered with it.
Yeah,
but still can't beat the original. The original, because it's 6.5, is it? Oregon Trail? No, it's not. It's 5.8. It's 5.8. I've got pamphlet behind me. 5.8, but it's a flipping good beer. Flipping good beer. Flipping. Yes, rest in peace, Adam Johnson. Freakish that was. If you don't know, Adam Johnson was an ice hockey player, and he, yes, unfortunately, lost his life in a freak accident during a game, and it happened shortly after I got back from the States as well. So I was, very sad, very sad. Freak accident. Blue Moon in America is something else. It is. It was. I was interested to try it because Blue Moon is everywhere in America. Everywhere. I mean, we're talking like your macro. In the bars in the States where I went, it was the macro lagers or Blue Moon. Basically, you were guaranteed to get one of the two, a Miller Lite or a Blue Moon. It was everywhere. And when I tried the Blue Moon, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a little bit more going on with it here than there is at home, or here, should I say? So,
like Irish Guinness, is it compared to?
Yeah. There was just everything was slightly more pronounced. There was a lot more going on with it. And I was just like, wow, okay, this is why I like this beer, 2 pint cans. That's what it was. It was huge. It was great.
American pints, admittedly.
Yeah. It was a 2 American pint can. Yeah. So I think it's like the biggest beer can I've ever had. This is great, So I had 2 of them whilst I was watching the Bruins. And
the beer can I've had is one of the 1 litre ones you get the Oktoberfest beers in sometimes.
Yeah. Or the facts.
Poland or whatever it is, yeah.
The Faxa beers, but the ones with the Vikings on that you get. They do them in the big cans, don't they? We'll have to get to see some baseball in America. I went to Fenway Park. I did the tour of Fenway Park. I was just interested. I've never watched a game of baseball in my life. I've tried, but I find baseball really boring. It's just really slow. Oh God. Like American football, I like American football, but even then, I struggle with that sometimes because it's just so slow. I feel like
lift their leg up when they throw the ball as well. It's like, does that actually?
The way they pitch in baseball, the leg thing, very odd, very odd.
I need to find more beer and more electricity, so I'll be back in a bit.
Do it. Yeah, baseball. I struggle with the tour guide at Fenway Park was awesome. But I learned a lot doing the tour of Fenway Park, but you could tell I knew nothing about baseball. But I struggled with baseball. So it's a really slow game. And American football, I just feel like a lot of American sport is built for TV. It's built for advertising. And I think that's probably why ice hockey is my favorite sport that America has, because it's fast, it's physical, it's great fun. Great fun. I've heard ice hockey is not even that popular in America. It's bigger in Canada. Well, I suppose it's their national sport, isn't it? In Canada, ice hockey. I mean, there's plenty of teams. The NHL's doing well, but I mean, it's NFL. Football was their sport. Everywhere you went, it was football. I suppose it was probably football. I'm an Englishman trying to tell people where the priorities lie, but from what I could see when I was out there, I would say it goes NFL, the baseball, the basketball, and then hockey after that. That would be my guess. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. That priority in that order. Paul was drooling when he saw all the Sierra Nevada in a supermarket. I was just like, oh man, it's just there for you to grab. You know, all the options. We get Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and that's that. That is it. You know, that's all we get, which is a pain in the bum. Bramble, hello. How you doing, Rob? Says, I know this chap from YouTube. It's Peter. And I'm now humming Animal Magic, Top Brewer, and Hello, Paul. I'll keep that up there because Pete should be back in a minute when he's found himself another beer. I can hear noises.
And electricity.
You have your lucky.
Yes, I've got one of those power packs, but I need to find a suitable cable.
Was your charge running out, was it? Always away the laptops. Oh, missing loads of comments. Yeah. You got a fan. We got another home brewer. Home brewers are everywhere. I need another beer. My glasses empty. Drunk it all. I'm going to put it to a vote. Everyone is in the chat, right? You've got a choice of 3 breweries. So you've got Vibrant Forest, Thornbridge, or Barron. I'm going to let you guys vote. So Vibrant Forest, Thornbridge, or Barron. You tell me what beer I'm going to next. I can wait. I don't mind. Vibrant Forest, Thornbridge, or Barron. Yeah, and we're going.
Always good.
It's like pay-per-view. You guys get to choose.
Oh. Right, you're plugged in.
Peter's plugged in. He's plugged in.
Plugged in.
Ready to roll. He's ready to roll.
Oof. Oh, relocate myself. Oh,
Here he is.
Go.
So Rob knows you.
Ooh,
Rob from Bramall Backroom Brewery, another home brewer. He knows you. Rob's gone for Vibrant Forest. I'm going to get another Vibrant Forest beer. Here we go.
Vibrant Forest. Vibrant Forest? From?
They are literally like New Forest area, aren't they? Oh, I've got unfiltered pills. I've got a Black Forest Porter.
Ooh.
I've got a juicy pale ale. Oh. I might go for the pale ale because it kind of fits in with everything else I've been drinking.
Yeah. I found this on the side, so I might have that for supermarket beer. It's grind.
Oh,
so one of my friends, he bats for the other team. So what I did, I got a Sharpie and just put an R on the end, just for him, because I'm a 5-year-old.
Love it. Right, gone for Pooper.
Pooper.
Oh, the camera does not like the light on that one. So this is Pooper by Vibrant Forest, which is like their core pale. So I've got a double version of this in the fridge as well.
Oh, very nice. You thought it'd be sensible though.
Yeah, I've gone for
the other one.
I've gone for the light one, which is 4.5. So I might need a wee after this one.
Oh, wee.
I'm gonna go wee.
Let me get a photograph of my untapped.
Yeah.
Untapped Franco.
Pete is a proper untapped nonce. And he takes the worst pictures. He takes the worst photos you've ever seen of a beer. He doesn't put any effort into it. He just takes it, job done, and puts it up there. You can't tell what it is.
That's because the camera on my when it's on my iPad, it's not so bad. But the camera on my phone is it's a hand-me-down phone, so it's awful.
Ah, see.
I have my excuses lined up.
Yeah, I was going to say you've explained it. Probably have to realised on my button caps of my chair's falling out. So, what are you drinking now?
Brewdog Grind. It's a coffee stout made with ethically sourced coffee.
Or is that a supermarket jobby?
It is, and it is not bad. As supermarket jobbies go, 6%. Bit sweet, more like a sort of milk stout sort of thing, but with whack of coffee in it.
And I see someone
Yeah,
drink.
quite sort of creamy milk stuff, sort of like a cappuccino, I suppose. You know, like a creamy milk base and a coffee whack.
Oof, that sounds good.
Bit of chocolate. It's not that bad for a supermarket job. It's all right. So it's a bit thin on the mouth, but most of them are nowadays, aren't they?
Exactly that. Right, I'm going to go for a quick Jimmy.
Yes.
Give me 2 minutes. Be right back. Hold the fort.
Oh, cool. Oh, crikey! I've got to think of things to say. So yes, there's Brewdog Grind. It's called. Yes. So Brewdog beers can be very hit and miss, I find. Yeah, some of them are all right. Some of them are a bit suspect. What else have I got coming up? Hook Norton 12 Days. Strong dark brown beer. I think they're actually classed as a porter. But I had that for Christmas a couple of Christmases ago. Very good beer, very drinkable. And I think I've got a Belgian Guinness somewhere. Let me try and find it. Here it is. Yes, a special export. So I imagine this is going to be similar to their Nigerian Guinness, but apparently it's Belgian according to where I brought it from. Oh, it is, yes. So on the back of the label, where's the camera gone? There we go. That way a bit. You see the second email address down as a Belgian email address. Special export, St James's Gate, Dublin, 8%. Look forward to trying that. Be interesting to do that with a side by side with like the Nigerian Guinness. See how different or similar they are. I've held the fort all right.
You held the fort. All the 2 minutes. It's all good. So there we go. So
I filled them in on Belgian Guinness.
oh, we got the Belgian one.
Yes.
Nice.
I never knew Belgian Guinness existed. I've heard of the Nigerian one, but not the Belgian one before.
I like the Nigerian one. I've got a big bottle of that behind me.
It was all right.
Oh, excuse me.
So we introduced side by side the Belgian and the Nigerian one, but it'd be a bit
Sorry.
a bit very bad with that.
No, I do like the African one. Very, very good. Very good. But I like Guinness in general. I've literally got cans of the stuff sitting here next to me. So it's I've got that Nitro Surge thingy-majiggy, but I don't actually have Nitro Surge.
I had my very first Guinness this year.
Your very first?
Yes. I've had like their I've had it in bottles before, but on draft. I had my first draft Guinness this year.
Yeah.
I've had like the West India one, which is quite nice. They did a porter briefly, didn't they? That was all right. And I think a Triple X one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the first time I've had draft Guinness this year. It was interesting. It was okay.
Actually, when they look after it, it's solid. It's solid. You can't go wrong, really. Jim says, hi, Rob. Shark says, hello, Rob. Have you recovered from your illness? Have you not been well? Jim, hello. Unfortunately, not just all on my chest. Oh, dear. Chest infection don't sound very good. It don't sound good. The Shark's done a stout. Have you brewed a stout? Given that outstanding, to be honest. Love the fact Peter has the signature bow tie on to go with the bow tie brewery. Need more HBW videos, Pete.
Homebrew Wednesday videos, yes.
Homebrew Wednesdays.
It's basically where you get online and talk shit for like 20 minutes and people like it.
I'm pretty sure that's what everyone on YouTube does, to be fair. I mean,
Yeah.
Kevin, Shark Home Brewing, obviously he's a home brewer. Rob, Bramall, home brewers. So it is literally like a homebrew convention right now. We've got Pete, Rob, and Kevin over in California, all home brewers. So I'm well out of my depth. I just drink it for a living, pretty much. So yeah.
I've been doing more drinking than brewing recently, admittedly. But
Can't be bad. Colin, hello mate, how are you? Not seen you for ages. As I say, it's been a while since I've been on. It's been a while. Very good evening, Paul. A lot of time no see on YouTube. Absolutely. Rob said he literally had Pooper last week and Super Pooper on draft. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I've got a can of the Super Pooper. I'll stick to the. I might go dark after this one. Here's an Abertrack, isn't it? Super Pooper. Rob, I need to knock off the dust from my tap cooler. Bottle some of the stout. I love it. It's home brewers. It's that motivation to brew.
I technically, so you know that porter I made, the one you really liked.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I gave you a beer a couple of months ago and it went a bit funky.
Yes.
The porter's gone funky, but it actually tastes quite good. It's so Pope's Yard, they did a beer called Keeping Porter, which is an aged porter,
Mm-hmm.
and it tastes very similar to that. So it's got a bit of Brett funk in it, and it's actually pretty good. So I might bottle some of that.
Why not?
Why not? I think it's
Why not? Why not? That sounds all right to me. Gafrico is a great bit of kit. We need to get Paul a Pinter 3 machine. I ain't got time to do any home brewing. I like the idea of doing some brewing at home. I just ain't got the time.
Yeah, I need to invest. I'm struggling to find time at the moment because my job's gone up in hours. So you know, when do you find time? It's you do want some time off as well. So
Exactly that. Exactly that. I've got a few days off at Christmas, which I'm really looking forward to because I didn't have any time off last Christmas. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to actually being able to sit about and do nothing. I've got all the family and friends thing to do in the build up to Christmas, and then Christmas, and then Boxing Day I'm off. I've got the little girl Boxing Day, and then I'm back at work on the 27th for one day, and then yeah, I've then got the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th off before going back to work for New Year's Eve. So I'm actually looking forward to that. It's just chilling, you know. That'd be nice. Probably give me a chance to get back on here, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'll probably sort something out, you know. Just come over and drink some of my beer. I have no problem with brewing up some more. Lol. Yeah. You wanna pay for the flights, Shark? Put me up, mate. That'd be all right. It's a long old flight.
I think I worked out I could technically serve down my clubhouse 480 litres of beer if I put every tap on max percentage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beer.
That's some serious literage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of literage.
They're not 480. No, not 480. I lie. 290, but that's about 500 pints. So.
It's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 litres is what, 52 pints.
Yeah, something like that.
So some serious beer there.
I've got 2 handfuls, so they're 72 pints each with the cask.
Yeah.
I've got 3 50-litre barrels, so could have 2 of them served off the Linda machine and one. Then I've got 4 keg taps separate from the Linda machine. So 1 50-litre in that and 3 20.
Mm.
That'd be far too much beer. Great fun though.
Charles says, be back in a couple of minutes. He's got some work stuff to do. So Sharky's still at work. So it's like 8:20. So it's literally like 12:20. It's like midday.
Not doing much work by the sound of it.
No, don't at all. Doesn't at all. Abs Sibsy says, Paul, you smell.
Oh, Charlie.
Thanks, Abs. Thank you. Sitting downstairs, taking the mick out of me. Taking the mick out of me. I need snacky snacks, Abby. Snacky snacks.
Mm.
Should be like
I've got some Scooby snacks.
got Scooby snacks.
Oh,
It's got the old Japanese crunch from Costco specials.
yeah, Costco specials. I like them so much at your place. I've decided to buy some. Second times that happened. First time happened with those little pillows, the salted pretzel pillows, peanut butter pillows.
Can't get them. Can't get them at the moment. No, can't get them.
They are literally the perfect dark beer snack.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have
really-
anything else, but with a stout, absolute perfection.
they really are. Yeah, the chili peanuts I really like, and the peanut butter pretzels I really like. I should have bought an extra tub of chili peanuts for myself, but didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna have to go back there this week to get more mince pies. So I told you that's what she say. You know where they are.
Snacks.
So crisps or something. God. But yeah.
Look after you, man.
Yeah. She's been out all day, playing with puppies, having a good day, playing with the doggies.
Because didn't you have like a mass corgi meetup the other day?
Yeah, we had 3 corgis in the brewery, and she, I think it was one of them was the same corgi she saw today, and there was another one of Jonks' sisters they were hanging about with today. But yes, they've been having some fun today. I was having a video, and Chonks was swimming, swimming in the river by the looks of things. So yeah. So then there'll be a tired doggo downstairs. Ooh, it's Chris. Oh, Chris. Chris's beer reviews. Evening all. Evening Paul. Evening Bowtie Pete. It's Bowtie Pete. It's Bowtie Pete. Chris, you coming on for a beer? You coming on for a beer, Chris? I'll send you a cheeky invite if you can be bothered. I'm trying to think. When did I last send Chris a message? I can find him.
Instagram.
Yeah, this is me currently scrolling through Instagram trying to think. When did I last send Chris a message? Probably be easier if I literally just searched for him.
What are all these little snatchy things? They are quite good though.
They are nice. They're kind of that sweet and savoury combined, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They're nice and mild as well because I'm a spice wimp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love a bit of spice. Love a bit of spice. Chris, I've just sent you a link via Instagram. If you wanted to come and have a beer, if you're knocking about in your bar and you want to have a bit of a beery related chit chat, get involved, son. If not, go fuck yourself.
Charming. But true.
Not messing about.
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of a short list of beers of the year.
There you go.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Crisps.
Don't smell like a tin cup for you.
Thanks. Oh, crisps. Got Walker's crisps. Can't be bad.
Right, I'm too shy.
This is very nice.
Why have you only got half the tree in? It took me ages to decorate that.
I'll put the whole thing in. Because then I'll be only half in shot if I do that.
At least it's decorated, not like my one.
Yeah, Pete is literally just sitting next to a tree. He could be in a forest right now for all we know.
I mean, it has taken me a very long time to decorate this one.
Yeah, I think you need to decorate.
I can tell.
I've not had any time in the office because Abby's been doing her dissertation as part of the
Don't
work,
blame me.
and she's basically taken over my office. So I've kind of made a nice,
Don't blame me.
tidy pile of all her paperwork here. It's true though, isn't it?
Sorry. His office now, apparently.
My office,
His office.
my office. It's my beer studio, my beer laboratory.
Absolutely.
So it goes.
Is Chris coming on there?
He might do. I don't know. I just sent him a link. I sent him a link if he wants to
Go
come and
there.
have a beer.
Have fun.
He's probably figuring out his internet at the moment. I'll have some crisps. Oh, that's horrible. Though. People eating on the microphone. Oh, the crinkle. The crinkly of the crunch.
Oh, Christmas crunch.
Right. Excuse me, we're late, Chris.
That's right. I've actually got my dinner sort of here, ready to go.
Oh,
Cream crackers for dinner because can't be bothered to cook.
what cheese you having?
I'm really cheating.
What is that? That is sacrilege.
Thing is though, I've got a really big block of cheddar in the fridge. But
You have?
It's got to be too awkward to sort of cut cheddar and do
You
it on
can't.
crackers.
You can't have crackers and squirt a load of bloody squirty cheese on them. That's ridiculous.
I do have some alioli as well, so there we go.
Alioli,
Alioli.
alioli, alioli. If you're gonna have crackers, you've got to have a proper piece of cheese.
I know, but
We had this debate, don't we? How at Christmas I always buy copious amounts of cheese, and then New Year you're left with all this cheese in the house that never got eaten. But I do it every year. I make the same mistake. I suddenly
cheese
think I'm a mouse.
never got eaten. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before.
No, I like cheese. I've always got a block of cheddar in the fridge throughout the year. But come Christmas, I turn into a huge mouse, and I just decide to start buying loads of cheese and crackers, and it makes no sense. Does anyone else do this? Does anyone else go overboard with cheese buying at Christmas, or is it just me and Pete?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people do. I mean, because my dad is one of those people who's quite difficult to buy for because he's 78. He's got everything he needs in life. So what do you buy someone who doesn't need anything?
Everyone's dad is the worst person to buy a present for.
So
I'm sure of that.
All he ever gets is cheese, Stilton, and port. I mean, usually we've got port to last us about 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah,
it's about a dozen bottles of port, and then enough Stilton to last us 2 or 3 months.
I love that. I love that cheese and port. It's just come out at Christmas. I don't even particularly like port all that much, to be honest. But I always end up having a glass of port. That is something else. Christmas Day is the only day of the year where I drink port. So Abby, we're going to Abby's mums and dads, which we tend to do now every year.
Yeah.
Do a lovely roast dinner. Normally about 2, 3 o'clock ish, and then 6, 7 o'clock the cheese board comes out.
Yeah.
Like we've got any room for food after a roast dinner.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It is. Doesn't make any sense. But all these lovely cheeses will come out, and biscuits and crackers, and there's always a bottle of port that gets plonked on the table.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not a fan of port, but you feel like you have to have some.
Yeah.
A bit of cheese and a bit of port. It is.
Sherry.
Yeah, oh yeah, a bit of sherry. There's another one. There's a Christmas drink. No one drinks sherry any other time of year, do they? Unless they own a Rolls Royce.
We drink port all year round.
Do you? Well,
Yeah,
no.
I wouldn't say I make habit of it, but there's always a bottle of port here we open. So I might have it every week or every other week. Just a little glass or half a bottle, depends on the mood.
So you're a port. Excuse me. You're a port connoisseur.
No, I just drink any old crap. Just shove it in front of me.
What's your favourite port?
Graham's do a very good one called Six Grape. That's nice. Love a vintage, late bottle vintage LBV. They're usually quite cheap, so they're only like £10 a bottle.
You can get a vintage port. I bought a couple of bottles of port for a wedding that we did in the summer.
Yeah.
We did the bar. We bought them a couple of bottles of port, and it was like a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
Couple of bottles of 10-year-old port. It was about 25 quid a bottle.
Yeah.
Whiskey would be double that most times. They really
earlier
liked
this year, we were drinking some late bottle vintage. 97 it was bottled.
Wow.
It was bloody gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really was good. Nearly as old as I am. Not quite, but nearly.
You whippersnappers.
I know. He was
Where were you
older than
born?
my friend. So that's
What year were you born?
92.
92. Makes me sick. 92. I was 8. I was 8 years old. No, I was 9 years old. Sorry, forgot what year I was born. Then I was 9 years old. 92. Ridiculous. People ain't allowed to be that young. Who was I talking to the other day? I was talking to someone who's born in 2005, and I was like, "How's that possible?"
I know. Like, what? People born after 2000? It's like, what?
Yeah, are they real people? Are they real? What generation are they? We've all got titles now, haven't we? Because I'm a millennial. I didn't realise I was a millennial.
I don't know what I am.
Yeah, apparently, if you were like, I don't know how they categorise it now. If you were old enough to drink or going out when the millennium kicked in. So, for example, I spent New Year's Eve that year when it went to 2000 in a pub. So, if you're of that era, you're a millennial, apparently.
Oh, right, okay.
And I think the new one is like Generation X or something, or Generation Z.
Generation Y now, I think.
Yeah, there's loads of them. There's loads of different ones.
Yeah.
Loads of different ones.
There's also, one of these funny little videos popped up on Facebook, and it's one of this new generation. There's like talking about Green Day, and I think they were a big band, and they say, "Oh yeah, that's old people's music." Like,
I love Green Day.
I mean, not that I ever listened to them, but that's like.
I love Green Day. Green Day are one of my all-time favorite bands. So I first listened to Dookie, for example, by Green Day, which came out in '94. I want to say. I first listened to that when I was like 11, 12. And then they changed and they went all kind of mainstream and they put out American Idiot like early 2000s. Kind of, that was in the wake of kind of 9/11. It was a very angry album, but an incredible album. But yeah, I love Green Day. Love Green Day. Playing Wembley Stadium next summer.
I never used to like 90s music until like the last sort of 3 or 4 years. I think it's now a nostalgia thing.
Oh, yeah. 90s was my era. 90s was my tunes. Right, we've got Chris. Chris is in the basement. He's wearing a snazzy grey number this evening. Here he is.
Oi,
oi.
how are you doing? How are you, Pete?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Your Christmas tree seems to be lacking decorations.
Literally, I brought it in today, so I'm not had a chance to.
Good.
It's either drink beer online or Christmas decorations, and I chose wisely.
I think you did. It's nice to see someone bringing in a Christmas tree once we're into a couple of weeks of December, rather than Christmas trees going up in November like ours did.
Well, yeah. I mean, usually we don't get, if we ever have a Christmas tree, we don't get it until like the 23rd or 24th of December when they're reduced to £2 at B&Q. But
good plan. Good plan.
I got this for free from work. So we had our big Christmas do the first weekend of December, and we're close to the public at the museum. So what do you do with Christmas trees? And give it to the staff members. So
why not?
Took it home. So it's been in the barn for the last sort of 2 weeks, and finally managed to put the roof rack on the dad's car and went around and picked it up.
Cool.
I could imagine you trying to stuff that into the back of the MX-5. I thought that'd be a bit of a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I did consider it, but because I could have done it if it was wrapped, but because it wasn't wrapped, netted.
Yeah,
I was a bit stuffed, so I got the roof rack up on my dad's car and chucked it on the top of his car. So
tied her down.
Tied it down, yeah. With
Beautiful. It's a good looking tree, but you gotta get some lights on there.
Yeah, I will do. That's a job between now and Saturday. Sort of lights and
I
decorations.
think you should do it now.
I've got to find the
Light
box first.
decorate.
I don't even know where the bloody decorations box is. It's not been out for a couple of years.
It's the more I look at it, the more it's offending me, Pete. The more junk I get, the more annoyed I'm getting.
I could put some Primula cheese in it.
Put some cheese on it. Just give it a bit of colour.
Or there you go. Look. There's the cat in there. Man.
Put a cat on there. Just put anything on there.
Cat tea cozy.
Put a key. Yeah,
That's failed miserably. There you go.
that's a fail. That's a fail.
So,
Got to decorate it.
have you got two
Hey,
trees?
I wonder if
Have I got two trees? You say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the fake one behind me,
Yeah.
and we got the real one downstairs in the lounge. And we have the real one, the main show, the big show has to be in the front room. And then I'll have my little fake studio on here.
Yeah.
Which is new, relatively. I mean, it's its second Christmas, but
it's not going to work.
we put it up. Abby's been putting it up because she's been spending all her time in here doing her work. And she put the tree up and then decorated it, and I was like, "Oh, nice one." Nicely done. So last Christmas, I hardly did any YouTube stuff, so I didn't actually get to sit here and chat with the tree on behind me. I used to really enjoy doing that. So it was, I thought I'd take advantage.
Cool.
There you go. How about that for Christmas decoration?
Is that a beer can on your tree?
Yeah.
That's the start.
No.
That's the start.
He's going to whack me in the head. There you go.
Right, Chris, what are you drinking, Sam?
I'm on something relatively low ABV. I've given Leah strict instructions to come and get me in an hour because I've got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I thought I'd come on for an hour. So I'm drinking the good old Hop Fest.
Oh, I've had that.
Hop
I had
Fest.
that earlier.
It's nice.
It's all right.
But I have still got some beer left in my perfect draft, which is about 7% ABV. So I might have one of those before I go off air. But yeah, I really like that
Go
for
to
a
sleep.
low ABV. It's nice.
What have you got in the PD?
In there is Leffe Royale. It's about 7.5%, I think.
Ooh.
Beer, that.
It is really nice, the Royale. Really, it's better than the normal blonde. It's got a bit of a hoppy bite to it, the Royale. It's very different. It's good.
I've never had it. Never had it.
Speaking of hoppy bites to Belgian beers, Duval do like a Citra Duval. That's nice.
That is good. I like that. Yeah,
I'm
I do.
not a fan. Not a fan of that one.
Well, have you had the Citra one though?
Yeah,
Have you? All right. Okay.
I really like Citra, but I thought that Duvel murdered it.
Yeah, I like it. I like
I
it.
don't remember it being that bad.
I just couldn't.
It's not. Paul's just a drama queen when it comes to Belgians. He's only just this year started educating himself on Belgian beers.
I still don't like Belgian blondes. I'm still not a Belgian blonde fan. You give me a Belgian dark beer all day long, love them, but Belgian blonde beers, I just don't get on with them.
That's fair.
I slagged off Belgian beer purely because I didn't like blonde beers.
And that's
So I was like,
probably
Belgians don't know what they're doing.
Like the most common type of Belgian beer in the
Yeah,
country.
it is a common beer, isn't it? The blonde.
Yeah.
And then I gave you that bottle of the Belgian barista, didn't I? And you thoroughly enjoyed that.
I did. I was like, shit, that's actually really good. I said, that'll do. And so I've been trying to get hold of Belgian doubles and Belgian browns all year. And I'm like, that I think I found my Belgian niche there.
Mm. Well, I prefer the dark Belgian beers. I think they are much better than the blondes, without a doubt.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I just the Belgian blondes. I just find them too sweet. Kind of sugary. Just don't do nothing for me.
That's fair.
There's nothing for me. But there you go.
Yeah, it depends on which one you get. Some of them you get that really nice yeasty characteristic, and then they match it with almost like a lagery bitterness.
Yeah.
And they're quite good. They're sort of more well-rounded.
Yeah.
But again, depends which one you get.
But it's got to that point of the year now. So we've had Tom today. Crummy was on earlier, and he showed us a bottle of what he thinks is his like beer of the year.
Yeah.
And then obviously Pete, you showed me obviously the Scottish beer, the Pete smoked one. You said it's one of your beers of the year.
Yeah.
I've got like a shelf
Shelf of them.
a shelf of beers. So it's not even a short list; it's a long list
Yeah.
of beers of the year this year. And he has got to that point all of a sudden. So we've literally got like 3 weeks left of the year.
I know. You start to think what you've had. Yeah.
Could you name one beer? Would it have to definitely be like a short list this year? And that both of you, is there like a one beer that stands out?
When I say short list, it's like things that the beers that I remember most that I've had this year. So in the ones that sort of stand out, oh yeah, I remember having that, and that was really good because I remember having it. So I've got that Stage Sleigh Puffed, the chocolatey one, which I had at the boot at St Albans, which was drinking pure milk chocolate milkshake. So you had it, Paul, and you didn't like it in the can.
That was bad.
But
Yeah.
On cask, it was just sublime. So that sticks out. And then I had a Vault City and who the hell the other brewery?
Yonder.
That was it.
Yeah.
Their cheesecake sour, blueberry, goji, and I can't remember what it was exactly. Their sour. That was incredibly good. So they're some of the top ones of the year. Because I just remember them because I've been surprised at them and intrigued with them. They were very good.
There you go. So a sour in particular, and a smoked. What was it? A smoked golden ale.
Smoked golden ale, a sour, and a chocolatey sweet stout thing.
Chocolatey stout. So there's a bit of a range there. What about you, Chris? Where are you at with highlight?
Yeah, over the other side of the bar, I have got a box with beers that have been my highlight for various reasons, and some of them are not necessarily actually outstanding in flavour, but there's a reason behind why it's a bit of a standout for me. I could probably tell you my beer of the year, and I've got another bottle of it. Was the Einslider Doppelbock. That was just outstanding, and I've ordered it every time I go on Trembling Madness or Beers of Europe. If they've got it, I'll order it, which I think is a mark of a really good beer. If you consider the variety that we can have, that I keep buying that. So that probably would be my beer of the year. But the problem is, sitting on my bar right now and in my fridge, I've got a lot of beers that I think could possibly be contenders, but there's no way I'm going to get them reviewed by the end of the year. So they're going to run into next
year's beer of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I've got this arrived today as well, this Weizenbock. I just imagine that's going to be incredible. And because I love that Einslider so much, I've then also got their Schwartz beer, which I imagine is going to be very good. And just to keep going, I believe this is a very good beer. It's a 330ml bottle, which I don't normally like buying, but it's 14% ABV, and it's Sammy Klaus.
Oh yeah,
that's supposed to be a good beer. And there's more. My bar's covered in beers, which all could potentially be contenders, but I think they're going to run into next year.
Yeah. So you've been doing a bit of is that Trembling Madness shopping, or is that elsewhere?
A bit of Trembling Madness and a bit of Beers of Europe. Yeah. And they're all kind of paid for.
Europe, my advent calendar, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I've got I think some of the American stuff. I think some of the American stuff is the stuff that. It's the stuff that stands out, but I think that's purely because my American trip was probably the best thing that I did this year, and it kind of sticks in your head because of different reasons. But it's we've lost Chris. Chris's Wi-Fi's cut out on him. Yeah, there's an IPA. Chris has got a can of it actually, from Trillium. and I drank it. I drank it off draft from the brewery there, and it's just like, you know, when you drink a beer for the first time, you're like, oh, bloody hell, you know, like that's proper. That's how you do it, you know. Things like that. I think that's what makes a good beer, where it kind of stops you in your tracks. Whatever you're doing, you're just like, oh Jesus, that bloody good, you know.
Yeah,
But
I had that with a Belgian Christmas beer. This from the advent this year. That was just, it was sublime. I can't remember what it's a funny bloody name to it, but it was so nice.
I see a Golden Carolus Christmas flew out. It's like really hard to get hold of that bowl. It went so quick. Otherwise, anyone else has still got it. But, I've got some random breweries on the shelf behind me.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Chris, I've got a Northern Monk beer on that shelf.
Wow, there we go.
Yeah, I've got Fuller's Vocation. There's a tiny Rebel beer on there. Which is
Really?
grand. Yeah.
Tiny Rebel, they say they go up and down, don't they? Some beers they do are really on point. Some of them are just.
So I had the Slay Puffed beers from them just recently, and they were awful. Like, they're bad, like really bad. But then
that's
at the beginning,
because I find that interesting. Because also you have the tinned version.
yeah,
I have one of them on casks.
yeah.
And what you whereas you say they're all bad. One of them's gone to my beer of the year.
Yeah, it's so random. The Slay Puff range for me was shocking this year. But then they celebrated their 11th birthday at the beginning of the year, and I had the salted caramel popcorn beer, Imperial Stout, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And it just shows they can do it.
Yeah.
But they just don't. It's really annoying, you know. It's a bit like Brewdog in that sense, you know.
Yeah, very good. That Brewdog, that was good. I'd buy that again and have it and enjoy it.
I like that. I did enjoy the grind. I've had that twice. I did enjoy that. I thought that was a good stout, decent price, and a good stout. But Brewdog just seem to, if they're going to produce a good beer, it's generally a stout. They just seem to be decent at stouts, no matter what they're doing generally.
Yeah. I haven't had a Brewdog beer now for a couple of years. I just kind of stopped buying them, stopped giving them money because I thought they're a bunch of douchebags. But it's their dark beers were good. I do remember that much. But yeah, it's a shame that I can't be putting them on my channel. It's just even now they're being taken to court by another brewery, aren't they? They cannot help themselves. Yeah. They cannot help themselves. Leah, hello. How are you? Hope you're well. If you're still watching, Chucking is on. If you've not seen Chucking, this guy's awesome. So he shoots stuff. He shoots stuff. He shoots animals and then eats it. It's great content. Yeah, I was watching him.
I have I don't have a squirrel problem in my garden anymore. Let's put it that way.
Because you shot them all.
But I was reading somewhere that they say we should eat squirrel because, well, certainly grey squirrels in this country because they're plentiful, very lean, and actually quite tasty. Apparently, they're a mix between chicken, rabbit, and nuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chicken, rabbit, and nuts.
Apparently, they're very good to eat, but I've never eaten a squirrel. But
yeah,
if it once.
I'd try it if someone prepared a bit of squirrel for me. I'd give it a go. But I quite like squirrels. They're cute.
Yeah, but they're a bloody menace. That's why I have to get rid of them.
Oh, squirrels.
You are quite partial to a squirrel, aren't you, Paul?
I like a squirrel. I enjoy watching them. They entertain me. I don't know what to say. I find squirrels entertaining.
So we've got this lovely holly tree in the garden, and the squirrels kept bloody nibbling the branches off the damn things.
Yeah.
So I made sure they didn't anymore.
So Pete showed me a photo of what he did to a squirrel. And what you shoot it with?
An air rifle.
An air rifle.
Yeah.
shot it in the eye.
Well, that's the place to go.
Yeah,
Straight through your eyes. Lovely shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. You didn't see that one coming.
It's quick and painless, isn't it? Through the eye,
That's the
straight into the
thing.
brain. Yeah.
Because
Aye,
if you're ever shooting quarry like that, the one thing you want to do is make sure it's a quick, clean kill. You don't want the poor animals to suffer. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they are vermin. You know, it's just the floppy tails which make them look cute. If it was a rat, you probably wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
But,
true.
Yeah.
It is true.
They're hard work when your cat brings one in that's live as well. That's and you've got squirrels steaming around your kitchen. That's quite a tricky one.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's the tail. It's the tail that makes them funny. But
Yep.
it's they are essentially just rats with fluffy tails, aren't they? Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
The tail is very funny because it's very bony, but it's like a very thin bit of bone, and then the fluff is just what sounds like is just fluff.
Yeah.
You can very easily sort of pull it off.
You could even make a good pair of gloves out of a squirrel, could you? There's not enough of them.
We need lots of squirrels.
Yeah.
You need a few squirrels for a decent pair of gloves, don't you?
Mm.
But Chucking, he shoots his stuff to eat. He shoots some beautiful deer. And I imagine it looks bloody good eating.
Yeah.
And he's still watching. I admire it. The patience you have to have.
Yeah.
To pick your spot, know where the deers are going to be. The deer are going to be, and then picking your moment. And this is what he does. It's very, very cool.
I do like venison, but I find it a little dear.
Hey!
Boom, boom.
What guitar you have? I'll show you. This is my. This is my vintage V100. So based on the Jeff Beck Gibson Les Paul in the black and white scratchboard. So yeah, and I'm awful on it. I can't really play. I used to have lessons, and I haven't done it for a long time. But I think the Gibson Les Paul is one of the most beautiful things ever made by man. And I can't afford a Gibson, so I got a vintage. But there you go.
Very nice.
Smacking it on the table.
Yeah.
There you go. So it sits there looking pretty.
Unplayed.
No, I'm in that.
No, absolutely not. I should put it on the wall really because it doesn't get played enough. But I don't want to sell it because it's too nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do appreciate an electric guitar. I think they're beautiful.
Wouldn't disagree.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Right. I've polished off God knows how many beers this evening. A few.
5.
5. Yeah, 5 beers. And I think I need some proper food. And I've done nearly 3 hours. So it's probably a good time to wrap up. Looks like everyone's going to bed anyway. Only like 9 people watching anyway. So yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. And thank you to everyone who was tuned in this evening. I will probably get another stream in over Christmas. I'll actually plan it. This one was just properly off the cuff. I thought I've got a bit of spare time on my hands. I'll do a stream. So I will get one in over Christmas, probably between Christmas and New Year when I got a few days off. So I'll actually plan it and try and get a few other people involved. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Chris and Pete, just bear with me. I will cut this. And the rest of you, I love you. I'll speak to you all soon.